I've got some questions from earlier we didn't get to. How's your life?
All right. Hey, y'all. Wait a minute. Let me find it first.
Hey, everybody.
This is my dinner. Okay. There it is.
Johnny and I are both eating peppermint sticks. I said, I don't know if I can do a live without burping. Let me eat some peppermint. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
All right, there it is. Hey, y'all, hey. Okay.
It's like round 2 today. Oh my gosh. I just fixed a small turkey breast and just fed the cats a whole bunch of turkey, so they are sacked out. Hey, Becca.
Hi, Becca. Hey, everybody. What's going on? Not a thing. We're just going to do a few reads, do a few chats. Hi, Adrian.
Hey, Adrian. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, update. Okay, so we got a few in here. So I'll put this in the coffee. How about that? That coffee will hold it. Uh-oh, it's something down in there. Well, I ain't getting that back. So this is the deck that I'm going to give away. This is the Witch's Tarot. You've seen me use it before because I have it naturally. I only buy the ones that I have had. Well, going forward, that's what I'm going to do because I know they come with a book. And so if you're new to tarot, hopefully the book is written well enough to teach you how to use the tarot. It'll very least teach you how to use this one. I got a P.O. box, but they say it takes about 10 days before they start to send anything from the post office to here. So I don't want to throw it all out there so far so that anybody sends anything and it doesn't get here. Also, Mother of Jesus, there is someone, hopefully they'll watch this on the playback or if they're in here now. They sent me a deck off of the Amazon wish list that I made. Thank you very much, by the way, to everyone who has sent decks. I got them here. Well, I got the boxes because you know I take everything out the box. So I got this Visionary Path Tarot, so thank you for that one. I got the Biddy Tarot. Well, I think she calls it Everyday Tarot, but Biddy Tarot is her website. This is from Bridget Esselmalt, I believe. So if you want to learn tarot, there's a good place too. Because she does interpretations of the symbols too, and it's free. Elemental Power Tarot. Thank you for that one. I got the Crystal Power Tarot. And the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot.
Oh, so that'll be fun.
We're going to have to use that one again. The Witch's Wisdom Tarot. This is the one that kind of confused me a little bit because it started the Major Arcana in reverse. So it started with the World and went to the Fool. And then the Spellcaster's Tarot. So thank you very much. I got that one from Desiree. That's the only person I know that has sent me one because she was the first one. Oh, and Adeline, who sent the Everyday Tarot. Now, what I want to say, someone sent me the Dolly Tarot, or bought it anyway, and it has not arrived. I contacted Amazon and the child on the other end.
Because you can tell it's off the wish list now, right?
Yes. Because these are the ones on the wish list. And I'm going to show this one is called the Dolly Tarot. Someone bought this one, and it's been over a week. And Amazon is 2-day shipping because this is a Prime product. I have not gotten it. And I contacted the people. He said, "I'll just wait a few more days." Now that was the extent of his help. He said, just wait a few more days. It should get there. I'm like, it's been a week. So you're telling me it's still on the way? Yeah. He put YA. Well,
Thanks so much for your help.
Who is this child right now? Yeah. So hopefully it's still on the way. I don't even know. But that was 3 days ago. So he said, wait 2 or 3 days or 3 or 4 days or whatever he said, and it's still not here. So I just thought I'd throw that out there in case whoever sent that is watching. Maybe you could track it down, but I am going to call them again on tomorrow. This time I'm going to call somebody because this was just via text message back and forth. I can't.
I ordered a couple of things off Amazon, and I don't have Prime, so I do stale mail. And it said we'll deliver by Wednesday, and then like within less than 3 hours, it was like, oh, won't deliver till next Friday. I was like, yeah, just keep extending it. I know it's the holiday season.
I was going to order some today. It said December 1st. I'm like, no.
That's where I ordered the peppermint sticks from.
That's now at the bottom of my cold coffee. Oh well. But that's the drama of it all.
So but, we should tell everybody about the new thing YouTube has started now, 2 weeks, after the election.
So we were sitting around chitting and chatting right after we did the live stream, and 2 weeks later, after the election stream that we did, and thank you all for coming out to the election stream and donating for the Feeding America. I raised a lot of money, fed a lot of people. So, but we couldn't do a charity stream. Now, there's a lot of people on YouTube who do charity streams, which they have a donate button on their channel. You just click the donate button. 100% of the proceeds goes to whatever charity that you choose. And YouTube takes care of all the fees, and it's plain and simple. And
we couldn't do it then because you had to have 40,000 subscribers at the time.
And we couldn't do a legitimate charity stream because you have to have 40,000 subscribers.
So we did it through Super Chat, which means, the Super Chats, YouTube takes a percentage out. And we did it through my PayPal link, which is a much smaller percentage that comes out. But it gets reported to my income, so I have to pay taxes and all that. My donation is I have, about $600 in taxes to pay. So, yeah, now, after that, now they're allowing people with 10,000 subscribers to do a donate button, which goes directly to the charity. YouTube doesn't take anything out, doesn't get reported to anybody's income.
Yeah, Kathy, they went to charity just fine because they went to Jen basically, and then Jen donated on our behalf to the charity. So they still went to charity, and everything worked out the way it was supposed to. But it went to us first instead of going straight to them, which is what the donate button would have done. And the donate button you can't get until you have 40,000 subscribers. Now they changed it 2 weeks after we did our charity stream to where now all you need is 10,000 subscribers. So going forward, that's how we will do it. But it worked out still.
We did, for feedingamerica.org for those that remember. So I think we'll probably do another one before Christmas. What do you think?
Yeah.
The cool thing about the donate button too, now that we can do it, people that watch the video after the fact can donate, and it'll show you a total of how much that video has raised towards whatever charity you mark it for. Feeding America is available and a whole bunch of other charities. So
because when I do my charity, I'll do a charity stream. I think we'll do one on our own or something like that, but we'll do a charity stream together, and then we'll do some separate, but I'll do Invisible People. That's the one I'll do. That's for the homeless.
Yeah, there's a way too, and we have to research it a little bit because it's new to us, but there's a way where we can link our videos together, I think. So it'll give a grand total, like across, like if we have a couple of different videos that it links to.
We'll do a fundraiser to cover your tax bill.
Yeah, and then I'll have to pay taxes on that. Thank you very much. I actually had someone email me, bless her heart, and offered to send me a check to help cover taxes. And I'm like, but I have to report that too. So thank you. But I knew that would happen. I wasn't sure how much we would raise. We exceeded my expectations. I thought, if we're doing good, we'll raise 1,000. It was like 1,764, something like that.
So that's what I say too, Don. But it's 10,000 subscribers, not $10,000. But they want you to have at least 10,000 subscribers. I say, if anybody wants to do a charity stream, whether you have 8 people or 8 million people, let them do it. I mean,
yeah. What's the big deal?
You're Google, you're $1 trillion company. You can cover the fees.
Well, or if they want to make it like 1,000 subscribers, because you can't monetize your channel to you. I get that, because they don't have you set up in their system for monetization until you have 1,000. But anyway.
Yes, they will be labeled as fundraisers because you'll see a donate button on there, and the donate button has to be added to your channel for that stream. So it won't be like an accidental charity stream. We will be doing it on purpose and probably telling you ahead of time.
The cool thing is you can donate to the charity, and you can also still super chat, and that goes to the reader or whoever's doing the video.
Yeah.
So you can do both if you want, or you can do just the charity. Or personally, if I'm doing a video for charity, I hope all of it goes to the charity for that video.
All right. So you want to read on something?
Yeah. Since I'm paying taxes on that last one, Artie's not getting the fancy petty boots for Christmas. He's getting the cheap ones. So questions from earlier we didn't get to. Will anyone from Trump's administration, including Trump, ever be tried as a traitor, like for treason?
Now, is treason giving another country advantage over yours? Is that how it's
it's anything that is harmful to your own country. You do not have to be in war. It's but a crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government. But it can actually be just the action of betraying your own country by giving, like, secrets, to another country, or quid pro quoing with another country.
Let's see.
Getting a foreign country to meddle in your election.
Twice.
Oh, I got the investigator cards. Yeah, looking overseas, what foreign countries were they working with? What were they doing? What were they planning? This is a planning card. What were they planning? What were they scheming? Karma, baby. Fortune's changing. The challenge is stealing and thievery and crookedness. Communication in the past about it. So there's going to be some sort of written or verbal recordings. Excuse me, investigators charging in, and just a very sudden, quick falling off the tower. It's going to be like night and day clear, that it was treason. I get the working with or befriending a foreign leader out in the world and working with them on things. And then I get my sun card, which is my yes card. It looks like it definitely feels like someone in his circle of support that's burdened by this, and it's someone that it's going to be after Trump leaves.
Yeah. I get there's a woman close to him that has a lot of money. It's either Ivanka or that other girl, Melania. But okay, when there is an ending to her, not an ending as in life or death or anything, but when something breaks with her, there is more information about money that draws them to another specific person. That specific person is probably Jared. If I just stop saying a specific person, it's probably Jared or somebody like that, but it's somebody within their family. And I think the money is the tipping off point. Thank you, Adrian. But I think it's also, she's the lightning rod. And so once it hits her, once her case breaks open, then all these other little people get in trouble. And then I think they find something that burdens Jared or burden someone close to her, and it has something to do with money and documents, and that's where they start to draw treason. So I think at least one, yes. 3 swords here too.
That's what it looks like. So people like Michael Cohen and stuff, they say that Trump will go to Mar-a-Lago and he'll just stay there for the rest of his presidency. Well, he ended up staying over Thanksgiving, which I think is a first. I don't think he stayed there for Thanksgiving before this. So I'm kind of curious, why didn't he go to Mar-a-Lago? And then a second question, will he go to Mar-a-Lago and just like quit, basically, like walk away from doing anything else before his term is up? But why didn't he go to Mar-a-Lago for Thanksgiving? And usually he pardons the turkey and hits the plane and goes down there golfing.
I think it's his recent demotion because I get the 8 of Cups as the first card, and that's crossed by the 7 of Pentacles. So his routine, the thing that he does, watering his crops and so forth, that is changed because now he's on his way out. The Ace of Wands and the 9 of Wands, there's a new action that will lead to stress and strain. I got the Knight of Wands, which is relocation and his power. And then the 6 of Wands is celebrity. So there's going to be some relocation. Now he moved to Florida, did he not? He's not a New Yorker anymore.
Well, he still has Trump Tower. He still has this condo there or whatever, but he moved his address to there so he doesn't have to pay New York taxes. So they like to investigate him.
I think his demotion and his is breaking his routine, but there is something a little deeper to it too. With the High Priestess, there's something a little more, I don't know if he can't go there or if somebody is telling him don't go there. The devil's on the bottom, called the shadow, so something's hanging over his head, and it might just be worry and stress and strain because
I'm kind of getting 2 things. I'm getting that and like money, and this is my Mar-a-Lago card. It's got Mar-a-Lago like in the distance, like money, like he didn't want to open it up because they're probably shut down because of the virus. He didn't want to go through the expense of opening it up, but I get he was planning on traveling, and he's very disgusted and not satisfied because he lost the election. He's a loser. there's a lot of communication going on here, and there's more communication in the future. So he is quickly like trying to get people to investigate the votes and all that. I do think he's drinking heavily. He likes to look like he's working, but he's not really. And he's going to chain himself to a radiator in that place called the White House. He's so erratic now. He still thinks he's on higher ground, that he won the election. He doesn't get it. He's going to lock himself in. So let's ask. Will he leave before Inauguration Day?
I thought that's what the headline was saying, but I guess it's saying something different, because it was if the elector votes for Joe Biden, will you leave the White House? And he said, yes, of course I will. And I'm thinking, no, he said he will leave the White House if the elector votes for him. And I'm thinking, are you going to leave early, or are you just going to leave when you're supposed to? Like, let's clarify that for me. Lay a clarifier on that, Donald Trump, please.
Yeah.
Are you going to leave early or just on time? Because you won't concede. Or are you just going to run away?
He does like his camera time. That might be keeping him there, but he hasn't been on camera as much lately. Because he's all sour-faced.
Yeah, probably the puffiness from all that crying.
Yeah.
Did you get some of them cold compresses?
Or a little too much, purely for entertainment purposes only, a little too much Adderall, snorting, and too irrational.
I think so. I think he will be there and sort of wallow in self-pity, and that's probably where he'll go back and forth to the plane and the car to go to court. The Queen of Cups is the first card, covered with the Ace of Pentacles. There is a woman in money. Don't know what that's about, but there's that. Unless there's a woman joining his legal team or something, but there's an opportunity and a woman here. Or unless that's his first case. And then there is a Page of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, a place that he owns, or at the very least, a place that his name is on the deed. And it ends in the Four of Swords. So he will kind of be stuck there, and well, not stuck. I think this is voluntary. Like he's retreating from Bunker Baby to Mar-a-Lago Baby, I guess.
The cards didn't give me anything on the question. So you're going to have to throw on this too, because right off the bat, let's see what's on the bottom. There's some message getting ready to come out. And Melania is showing up. And the challenge is for Trump to hang on to her, like he can't hang on to her. So he's in the White House, but the message that's coming up, it has to do with some thievery in the past. There's going to be a new action taken, and something about money coming to him. It's going to shock and awe everybody. This brings a change, shows more corruption. It's like a network of people involved in this, and then, not accepting what's offered and regrets. So
I wonder if that's why I got a woman in the first card.
What is up with Melania?
She claims, because I think the tabloids was going there, but she claims that everything's okay with them. She's standing by her man, very Patsy Cline. So I wonder if that's true.
Yeah, I saw several videos on, that she's going to leave him as soon as she can, smacking his hand away all the time. We've seen the writing on the wall. Nobody's going to be surprised. So This is the second time I've tried to read on something and Melania comes up. Something is getting ready to break that involves her.
Melania and Trump. That's your divorce card, isn't it?
Yep. She already turned her back.
Two of Swords, Page of Swords.
Paying somebody out that walked away, like prenup. Something has changed here in the recent past with them. And now anxiety. He's doing something for his image. Like that's part of why he's stuck there, just for image. But there's something legally coming out that's very strong, and it's going to involve more heartbreak, more deception. Mm-mm-mm.
Do you think that he knows this?
That it's getting ready to break?
That she's getting ready to leave, or she wants to leave?
Let's ask.
Because here's what I get, though. This is very interesting. This in particular image comes up right when you said the word image, too.
Yeah.
That there is the king, and then there's a woman sitting on the stool rubbing his feet. And this King of Pentacles. Like, he feels as though everything maybe in his personal life is still on the up and up. You got the holly and everything growing back here. Like he thinks it's all good and it's all great. It starts.
No woman has ever left him. He's left every wife for another woman.
Mm-hmm. And I get this, and then I get this. Like there's cooperation. There's some entrapment here. Like maybe you don't have as much money as you think you do, but every time we read on Melania, we all also get there's a lump sum of money coming her way. And okay, so does he know that it's almost over?
With his ego, I could imagine he'd be shocked, like if she left. Yeah, everything, but that would be karma biting him in the butt again if a woman left him for a change.
Mm-hmm. One dominant, you don't actually have to moderate. It's just so your comments won't keep getting stuck. So you don't have to moderate. I put that on there so I don't have to keep approving your comments.
It's funny how certain viewers, like their comments, get hidden. Everything, single thing they type.
And they didn't say anything, but then again, this is YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like nothing unusual in what they said. So think aware, Melania is looking to get out fast. Take the money and run, whatever she can find.
Mm-hmm.
If he has one of those toilet seats that has coins in it, have you seen those? Rip those off, baby, because you might need them later.
Go down to the courthouse with a parking meter, if nothing else. My first two cards would say yes, he does, though. Thank you, Santiago. I know, Larry girl. I don't know. Yes, I think he does know.
I think so too.
What you get?
That they've probably talked about it. Card of communication on the bottom. He's got a lot of anxiety coming in here, and it's making him unbalanced. There was a new action in the recent past, so in the last 2 to 4 weeks, something happened. And he's got, besides that, he's got Biden sitting down here at the root getting ready to come in, and he's looking for steady money still and working out the details in court. They've already got something that was pre-planned, so a prenup, and then the transition, the pack your bags, you're moving out of the marriage. And then I get Melania and her King of Wands, her other man. I think he's aware she's got another man.
Well, he's got another woman, I'm sure. So I get the first card is yes, Ace of Swords. Second card is Three of Swords. It's like right off the back, it's like, yeah. Then the rest of it is just filler. I get the Chariot, Five of Pentacles, someone thrown out in the cold, someone moving on. The Knight of Wands, somebody moving on. Here's the relationship with the Two of Cups, and then there's the Death card, a big giant change. And then it ends in the Magician and the Devil. So yeah, not only is she moving on, but she has somebody else. But I think they are both necessarily in their boat. I got that he had somebody on the side he was paying for, like he's got her an apartment and he's paying for it and so forth type of thing.
So let's ask if he's upset about Melania leaving.
Uh-oh, what flipped up? Three of Pentacles. The Swords.
I know. Imagine that. Somebody else wants Trump. Let her have him.
Really? Because first of all, you about to be broke and constantly in court. No, I mean, come on. Is he upset?
He's not happy about it.
No.
It's his narcissism kicking in, though. It's like, here's that planning stage. His challenge is to feel joy. So he doesn't feel joyful about it. But that's not saying he's upset. It's not like Ace of Cups, emotions overflowing or something. Justice, legally doing this divorce. He's a little confused, I think, at the timing of it, because something just changed big time. And he wants to keep her tied to the devil. It's ego. But fortunes change. He's, for image sake, he wants to keep her tied to him. He wants to keep her trapped for a while. So he doesn't want her to go on her terms. He wants her to go on his terms when he's ready for her to go. This has all been going on in secret, and trying to look like everything's perfectly fine, nostalgia. Oh, we're celebrating the holidays. It's all hush hush.
I get stuck in the past with the Six of Cups. The Five of Wands is here. He, just like you said, he doesn't want, like, fine if you're going to go, but I want to be the one to push you out. Like, it needs to be on my terms. I need to be the one to do it. This is a very interesting Nine of Cups with the head on the table and everything.
Oh, man.
It's like you got the king and all his greedy cups. He also has the head of his enemies. Like, he wants to be the one to control the situation. You're not leaving me. I'm leaving you.
And that's what I'm going to tell the press.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what other questions we didn't get to earlier.
Person. She deserves him.
Oh, December 21st is, besides winter solstice, it's the official start of the Age of Aquarius, which we moved out of the Age of Pisces. It's been coming on since December of 2012, but we're officially in the Age of Aquarius this December. What does the Age of Aquarius look like for humanity?
So I'm going to do, this will be cold. I have no idea what that even means. So I'm just going to do it without knowing what it means. Let's see what it says.
Well, the Age of Pisces lasted about 2,000 years, I think. So it's not like it's going away anytime. Let's say, what's the beginning of the Age of Aquarius look like? What can we expect from it?
I get there is breakthroughs and awakenings, and there's also a lot of trouble around water and emotion. There is the Ten of Cups in the world. Now, I'm going to read these, but they're not traditional in meaning when I ask a non-traditional question. So it kind of, anyway. So the Ten of Cups in the world, there is a problem, or no, there's bolts of emotion around the world. So each country is going to feel a significant thing here in the beginning. There is something significant that brings about emotion nationwide. So each industrialized country, anyway, it's not necessarily disastrous. It's just this is going to be sort of a catalyst to other events. The Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. This I keep getting, for whatever reason. I guess I'll say it in whatever. There's a water issue. Something in the water, on the water, within the water, something of that nature. And it's like two or threefold. One is pollution. One is something coming out of the water that has never been out of the water before. Whether it is boats and submarines, or whether it's even, we have fish nowadays that, thanks to global warming and their waters receding, they now eat on land and then get back in the water. And so there's something of that nature too, to where we're now going to see maybe even wildlife coming out of the water onto the land. There's significant loss as well. There's loss of time, and I think loss of people. And these people are not necessarily dead. They are lost in their fields. Like, for instance, if we need a person who really knows their thing about climate change, we need them to really be on the ball. But for whatever reason, something steps in and that person no longer is a part of it. So there's loss of significant people in significant fields. So there's your change in your worldwide. It's not bad. It's just worldwide changes in emotions. Is what I keep getting. And watch the water.
Watch something with the water, maybe water shortages and stuff. They start to changing our landmass shapes. Well, I start out with the High Priestess on the bottom. So that tells me right off the bat, it's about feminine energy. We all contain masculine and feminine energy. It's going to be a rise of feminine energy. And the reason I say a rise of feminine energy is it's going to be heart chakra centered. When you're in masculine energy, and we all have masculine, it's the action energy that propels you into action. The feminine energy is a little more nurturing and caring. And this is going to be heart-centered energy. It does affect the whole world. It also affects how we reason, how our logic, how we think. It changes our family legacies. We'll be seeing more women working and doing commerce and things. We'll see a rise of women leaders and a rise of women in the workplace. I see men like either retiring or resting, sitting it out, like the women are leading the home, so to speak, like an ending to the male dominance. So it's happening as a learning opportunity for us. It's a new growth opportunity and a new learning opportunity. I've always felt that the feminine energy, because of the patriarchal society, I always felt we would take it way too far the other way, and then it'll kind of come back to center and balance out. So, but
let's look at that, because this here, when you say that loss of significant people, like that masculine energy that has ruled since the beginning of stinking time, are we going to see a change in that soon?
Because that, that's the warrior energy. Like you'll see less wars. Women are more about, no, let's sit down and talk about it. Let's negotiate. Let's talk about it. Where men are like, let's move into action on this.
Because we are very close to having a female president.
Yeah. Or if a woman is coming from her masculine side energy, she's like ready to move into action. Going to change family dynamics. It's interesting. Something that'll take quite a while to come about. Wait, how are we asking the question?
Will we see a rise in feminine leadership soon? I would say female leadership instead of just feminine.
Yeah. Or feminine energy leadership. Like it can be a man that has a very open heart chakra.
See, and that's why I was trying to say woman specifically. Like I know there's men who lead more with the heart, but I want to know, is there going to be women in place?
More women in the. Yeah. Yep, and that's another one of my heart chakra cards there.
What I get kind of leans a little more to what you were saying, though. It's more of a softer yet feminine energy and not just necessarily womankind. Mm-hmm. But here with the traditions, with the Hierophant card, this is something very hard to change. And then there's the sun. It will change, but it's not an overnight thing. Even though, the sun comes up overnight. This is the Hierophant is what we call the reason we give it like government and church and all that is because they have a set of rules that are very, very hard to change. And they're very stickler. They're very staunch about their doctrine. And so that tradition, that male energy that seems to always want to rule the world is still there. But when you start to have these loss of political figures, these loss of erratic figures, these loss of figures that have been there since 1910, these people, once they start to lose, they become replaced. That's when the feminine energy starts to come in, and we sort of return to thank you, Desiree. We return to a more comforting energy, because once it's defeated, then it returns to something else.
It's interesting. I was trying to get does that mean more female leaders? And I get surprisingly, and then two cards pulled out, the male and the female. I call these the beloved, the King and Queen of Cups, the beloveds. That's the challenge. the men and the women, because there's going to be those that have a sense of nostalgia, that want it the old way, where the masculine energy is there, and there's that give and take with this card. It's giving alms to one person. It's a little bit of charity or benevolence, but it's also can be like robbing Peter to pay Paul. Like, this guy's getting nothing over here, this guy's getting something. So the give and take, it's going to take a while for it to shift into a more feminine energy, but it also will affect feminine logic. So strategically thinking like a woman thinks, as opposed to strategically thinking like a man thinks, or as feminine energy thinks, as opposed to masculine energy. I'll put it that way. So there's a lot of hard work in store. This isn't like an easy transition. It's a journey that we go on. Ultimately, we are victorious in the journey, but it is a transition to get to calmer waters. And I feel like the messenger showing up at the end, like, watch for a lot of messages, divine messages, maybe more psychics, more mediums, that type of thing, because that's drawing on more feminine energy a lot of times.
That's why I keep getting water.
Yeah, because water is very feminine energy.
Okay.
And King and Queen of Cups, I mean, 2 water sign cards, that's interesting.
And that's one of my cards, along with High Priestess for Psychic, is the Queen of Cups. All right. Yeah, we do, Leanne. We'll get there eventually. When people get sick and tired of being sick and tired, they'll eventually know they need to stick together.
Help each other instead of having so many wars. So, is Trump going to attack Iran just as another distraction? He keeps tossing it around. By the way, for those watching, I think masculine and feminine energy are both good for us all to have. It's finding that balance between it, but you're gonna see the feminine energy go through the roof, I think, for a while. Just like we went way too crazy with the patriarchal society, it's going to go way the other way and kind of come back center. Trump, to me, has always been the last hurrah of the patriarchal society. So
the Archie Bunkers.
Yeah, is he going to do some kind of attack on Iran? As a distraction, if nothing else?
I get no, but I get he would like to, but his mind is focused on stealing money from somewhere. I get the World and the 3 of Swords. So that's my no for me, is that here on the world state now, mind you, like I said, he would like to, but there's something in the way. The Age of Wands and the Magician, there's going to be talks of abuses of power. Not talks of him, I guess, being accused of abuses of power. There's going to be talks of him abusing his power. You will see him doing it in front of you. So where,
if he does a war act, an act of war, he's supposed to clear it through Congress.
Yeah. And then I get the Sun and the 9 of Pentacles. Something is about personal enrichment here.
Mm-hmm.
He's still trying to keep money or get money, because as we did earlier today, somebody's going to pay him or try.
I'm getting exactly the same thing you just got. It's like he's trying to stand in his own power. But in secret, it's all about where's the money? And the challenge, the challenge is money and the challenge is resources. So I don't think he's got the resources to do an attack. I don't think he's got the Defense Department behind him or anything else. And surprisingly enough, even the Republicans over here who already got in trouble going into Iraq with, no weapons of mass destruction found, that's all they need to do is start something with Iran. But yeah, sharing time and resources, he doesn't have it. So he's going to have to sleep on it. It's just going to bring back too many memories, that nostalgia card of the government and what happened in America when another leader took us somewhere we shouldn't have gone. But yeah, he's worried about that money. Where's my money?
It's a darn shame.
But I don't know what the question is on this. We talked about this one earlier. Marco Rubio said that the Biden's cabinet has too many Ivy Leaguers in it. Too many Ivy Leaguers. Like, you're not supposed to have intellectuals.
And Trump's cabinet has too few.
I mean, the Bushes went to Harvard.
See, because they did that to Obama. I had that question actually written down somewhere. How will the Republicans view or try to portray Biden's administration? They did for Obama that they were all elitist. Like, elite is a good thing. That means best of the best. That's just not a bad thing. It's only you try to make it sound like a bad thing because you try to make it sound like they're up here and everybody else eats crumbs.
And meanwhile, most of them have law licenses. Yeah. They're all most of them are highly educated.
Because I guarantee you, Marco Rubio's got more money than everybody else.
So what's the question? How do we ask this?
I'm gonna see how will they portray Biden's administration? Will it be corrupt? Will it be elitist? Will it be what?
I mean, they gave all the tax breaks to the wealthy, so how elitist can it be, right?
I also have a follow-up question too. Will Biden put a Trump voter in his administration? He said he was for unity. I'm like, dude, stop it.
It better be a converted one that's going to come to Jesus moment.
So what I get is they will try to portray that we are soft. I'm in the administration. I'm part of the administration too. I'm the psychic advisor for Joe Biden. There is a Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, that we are palling up with China or whoever's overseas, that we're basically being soft on Iran, because Iran wants to get back into the nuclear deal, and we're going to be giving them money, and we're going to be giving money to China and Iran and Pakistan and Afghanistan and anything that starts with the Stan and all these different things, that we're going to basically be in love with our enemies. We spent 4 years doing exactly that. You know how they do with projection. So yeah, that's kind of what I get, is that they will be overseas doing soft things with China and people that were supposed to be hard on.
Well, it's funny, he thinks that they're all Ivy Leaguers. This is my student school card, the master teacher teaching the students of Ivy League corridors. There's a sense of betrayal here in how they look at the Biden administration, that there's some sort of betrayal that they're doing to the country. The challenge is the legalities, because so many lights are going to be shown on the legal things that went on, or illegal things, I should say, that they won't have a leg to stand on. So they're going to cling to their old ways, and they're kind of in this watch and see mode. But when that light starts shining, that brings some change. And in a very surprising way, to where some of them start looking at Biden as strong and start becoming supporters. So I'm not sure all of the minions that follow Mitch McConnell, in the House and the Senate, all the Republicans, some of them are in his inner circle. Some of them know, like Lindsey Graham, what he's up to. But some of the little minions that haven't been there that long, I feel like they don't really see everything. They don't understand all the agendas of the Republican Party. All they know is they got to play the game if they're going to get their money to run for re-election.
All the, and that's on the flip side. That's what the freshman Democrat learned too, because everybody thinks they're going to go to Washington and change it, or that you're going to skew it towards you. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like you have to join the machine first, and then you have to figure out how it works, and then get what you can get out of it. It's something bigger than you. So my follow-up question is, will Joe Biden put a Trump supporter in his administration? Like, I get reaching across the aisle, but then again, and it wasn't just because he was black. They didn't do it with Obama. They didn't reach across the aisle at all.
So he talked about at first, like putting a Republican in somewhere, like I know they were tossing around like Kasich and different people, but now he's like saying like a Trump supporter. So I get it for unity, and I get it for trying to show I'm transparent enough that I don't care if you guys come in and watch everything I do.
Better than me. I would just try to buy Greenland just so I can ship you all there, so you're no longer here.
You know where I'm getting it? I'm not getting it like in the White House or in the cabinet. I'm getting it as like an ambassador. Like he'll name a Trump supporter into an ambassador position, because he's got this unity thing at the base of this. And he feels kind of stuck. He's trying to be truthful. That's his challenge. And he's looking overseas. And it's a position that would involve travel, transitioning, maybe even moving overseas, a lot of communication skills, and speaking like on behalf of the White House. Ambassadors speak on behalf of our country overseas. So, and victory with that. So it's going to be a sort of high profile ambassador position, I feel.
I get that this might be a bit of wordplay, maybe even sleight of hand. Like, this person he's known before. This is not a Trump supporter necessarily. It's just a Republican who doesn't have a problem with Trump. I get 7 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. There's something. This is a little bit misleading, I think, the way that it's worded. So there's options there. There's plenty of Trump supporters, but I think this person he's known before. They probably even served on a board or sat next to each other in one of them things. What do you call those hearings? He might have sat next to them before. Like, he knows this person, not know them like been to their house for Thanksgiving, but they know each other. I get that they may be around some sort of sadness in their capacity, like a ambassador for dead whales or something. Like, there's some sort of sadness around that person's job, and it's not military. it's something else. Maybe they are meant to go to a place where there was a lot of American damage done or something of that nature. But he's not in the administration. He is just around Joe Biden, because I didn't get him connected to this, or him or her connected to that person or connected to Joe. But yeah, I think that's right. I think that's ambassador for something, maybe where there was a lot of damage done.
Like for Ukraine or something. That would be ironic. Let's see, gun control. Are we finally going to get some sort of gun control legislation going? Purely for entertainment purposes only. YouTube, I know you like those little catchwords.
There was a report I just seen earlier today too, that the NRA was listing all of the tax, what was it, tax payments or tax write-offs? It was something, tax fraud, something, that they were coming clean on a lot of that.
Oh, well.
Gun control. Oh.
Ooh, something's going to get restructured with this. That's my restructuring card. Break it apart, restructure it. Yeah, this is going to be legacy work. That it's like they finally have the support for it, and they got to move into action quick. That's the challenge. Do it quick while they've got control of the Senate to do it, because they've got America watching, and it's something. It's gonna be a small step towards gun control, but it's a step that's long overdue. And I feel like they're putting, I heard gun lobbyists, like putting gun lobbyists out in the cold, like not listening to NRA, not listening to the lobbyists, making their own plans and then casting the votes and waiting. I get they secure it. Yeah, Biden secures it. Some kind of gun legislation. It's not a, I don't want to downplay it. It's not a small step. It's a strong step, but it's an entry level step to doing something. But it's strong legislation.
I get the same thing.
Getting AR-15s off the market, like who needs to be able to buy those, that kind of thing.
A war gun. You're in a free country. If you're that scared, then move to another one. I get big money here. That's blocked. That's the first step you're going to have to do, is to get the lobbies blocked, or to get the lobbies out of politics, with the 9 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords. The Ace of Wands is my card for weapons, and then it is accompanied by the Devil. There is also not just gun lobbyists, as in the NRA. Thank you, Sweet Tea. But there are people who make guns who are also lobbyists, people who make weapons who are also lobbyists. There are also people who already have them, to where, like we were talking the other day, I hate to bring this up, but I'll bring it up just because it's on topic. that we haven't had mass school shootings because nobody's at school.
Yeah.
Like this type of thing is still prevalent. It's still here. It's just that the in particular circumstances have changed. This is why it's not happening right now. So that part is still here. Like I told you, don't be afraid of the Proud Boys, because they're not brave. They're just people who lost an election and they figured that their big gun scares you. So that's just, don't be afraid of them, because again, if you were that brave, you'd be fighting ISIS. So there's that. But there is also the Four of Cups with Joe Biden here, the King of Cups. Something, well, again, it's small. It may not be, demolishing the AR-15, but there is something about maybe magazine size. There's something about, silencers or something of that nature. There is something. And the reason it's significant is because we don't have anything at all. And so going in any direction forward with gun control is a big step, at least right now. It depends on how you look at it. So you got the Four of Cups. There's some contemplation here on how do we do this? What do we do next? The Four of Pentacles, it will be this in particular one. The Pentacles are not held by somebody. They're in a locked door. So it will be strong legislation. This will be something that is not going to be easily overturned should you get a Republican that comes right behind or something. So we're looking at least, I won't keep calling it small step. We're looking at a step forward on gun legislation. It's just don't expect it to be astronomical in size.
Let's see.
Thank all 995 of you for joining us on Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Very much. Thank you.
Ghislaine Maxwell. We haven't read on her in a while. Her customer list. Will that become public?
Oh.
That's the first question.
Oh, good Lord.
Her trial isn't till next June or July, so we won't be reading on that till closer.
I had a question on her too.
Yeah, I want to look at if she's going to get a pardon out of Trump before he goes, because that was a friend of his. I wish her well.
Customer list. Ooh. Oh, the sun flew out.
Ooh.
Okay.
Customer list coming out.
Thank you, Melissa. Customer list. Thank you, Mariana. Oh, Lord. This looks like a madam of a harlot parlor. In
the 1800s.
I bet everybody behind the scenes is just something else.
I get whatever she releases is a lie on the bottom. Like whatever she says, like she'll move into action. Her challenge is going to be people that investigate it. Like it doesn't hold up, and it would come out through the courts. But the young people, or those who were young at the time, know the secrets, and she's going to try to keep it secret. But they know who the clients were, and that's what gets offered up. There's a lot of confusion around it because of how Ghislaine is going to present it, and it's going to be investigated, and it's like, no, that's not who was involved. It's these people. So yeah, the devil and the corruption will get a light shown on it, but it's going to come from the people who were young at the time. who saw everything, knew what was happening.
Yeah, that's what I get. Everything else says no. The people who are considered to be the meek or the weak, those would be the ones who would have to tame the beast, tame the lion. Those were the ones who would have to push this out. Everything else said no. 8 of Swords, High Priestess, 7 of Cups, Moon, 5 of Swords, 7 of Wands. Like all of these is like, no, she is keeping it as close as she possibly can.
Or whatever she gives up is a lie, an illusion.
Mm-hmm. But she can't hide forever, or at least can't.
So is Trump going to pardon her? He wishes her well. Is he going to wish her really well and pardon her?
BJB had a good comment. What would the Quackernons think of that? You know, they're so everybody's a pedophile, and here you are pardoning one.
It'd be like him to be that stupid though. But again, if you're a co-conspirator in it, that pardon won't hold up long term.
Is she getting a pardon?
Just to piss everybody off.
I'll believe that when I see it. I think there's an offer to ease her burden. I get 4 of Swords where she's laid up, solitary confinement. And then the 3 of Cups. There's some celebration here, some community, some togetherness. Maybe that's her moving back into general population. There is also some keeping of secrets here too, with the the Queen of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles. She's holding something very close to the vest still. Maybe there's some reassurance that I have not said anything about you, so forth. Then I have the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Cups. There is an offer to ease her burden. Now, that doesn't necessarily say pardon, but, you know, that could be Visine in your tea or something. But then again, she may get a pardon.
If there's, not sure what I'm getting here. I'll just kind of work through it. I get, first off the bat, I got a yes card, but that's sort of truth and power. But the challenge is the young people and nostalgia. Like the people would not accept it because they can't accept what the crime is. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of confusion around it. But I get offering something up at the root of this. And again, it goes back to all these pages, all these young people. I've got 3 of the pages here. Offering something up in a surprising way, but keeping it secret, keeping it on the download, whatever it is he does. And then some new resource comes in. Another young person kind of causes some chaos, and then it's like the court trial begins and all the details get worked out. So I don't, he may try to have her move like to like you said, in general population, or to like one of those luxury prisons, because I get like, locked up in a luxury place.
Well, that's my next question. Is she being mistreated in prison?
Well, I mean, if she were smart, she'd want to stay out of the general population because they do horrible things to pedophiles. Mm-hmm. But I do get a yes card, like that he would try to pardon her. Is he that stupid? He might be that stupid. not thinking of the repercussions. Just like, what else can I do to piss off a lot of people?
Mhm. Because apparently she is getting woke up every 15 minutes and to see if she's still breathing and all these type of things. Is she? And then her lawyers are saying she's being mistreated. She needs to move. They have been trying to move her since she got there, though.
Yeah, if you can imagine only being allowed to sleep 15 minutes at a time, that'll kill her. I mean, it's obvious they're not looking out for her health. Will Biden be better for the farmers? They've gotten severely impacted under Trump with the tariffs that he put on with China, and our soybean farmers here in the Midwest. It's been horrible. I've seen a lot of farms in my area foreclosed on. It's like the Republicans are already painting it of, oh, Biden's going to get back in bed with China. And it's like, well, and would you rather the farmers have somewhere to sell it in China, or would you rather that the farmers go bankrupt and lose their farms?
And then blame that on the Democrats.
Yeah. So we know the Republicans will spin it either way, but
I get yes, actually. My first two cards will be my farmer cards. The Wheel of Fortune, which is time. This is also the 4 seasons and the 4 elements and all that good stuff. And then I got the 7 of Pentacles. So things will progressively get better. It's not an overnight thing, but progressively, yes, their lands will do better too, which means we may be having some climate change talks that also benefit the overall environment. And so that could be a thing too. And then there's the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. There are some relocations. So there might be some land open. There might be more land purchased. There's an increase, basically. There's a victory when it comes to land itself. The 3 of Swords and the 4 of Wands, this is where they currently are. They're sort of separated from the administration. This is not because I get the King of Swords with it too. This is not an administration that is helping them in any way. Unless you are one of those people, kind of like Tyson Farms or something like that, who is corporate, who probably paid for some leniency or something.
Or you're a government farm.
Yeah.
By the government, then you're getting subsidized.
But some discipline, then they will move in the right direction. The biggest fight, though, is going to be what happens after Biden. If they drop the ball and you get a Republican, this is all undone. Or it goes backwards and it slips into a place that's harder to drag it out of. If you go with the Harris, then hopefully it will continue to, because this is progression. The chariot is progression. The chariot does not go backwards. It goes forwards. It's methodical. It's self-discipline. You have to put all the pistons in the right order for this to progress. So, yes.
Yeah, I get there's a lot of communication going on. So meetings with the farmers, that kind of thing. Here's the government. The challenge is the foreign leaders that we have put all these tariffs with and stuff. So the challenge is trying to get them to take our goods again, because we've screwed them over too. While we screwed the farmers, we also screwed over the other countries. So structurally finding the balance in the two, because in the past was the bully. So there's a lot of conversations that have to go on, and a lot of these, like, I don't want to say in secret, but like, with ambassadors and with, Secretary of Agriculture or whatever, going over and talking some with these leaders. But I do get that they move into action. And I think, to your point, I think something continues with Kamala, that she gets more done. Like if she becomes president after Biden, she carries through and gets more done for the farmers. So it's not a quick fix.
But progress, that's because Obama did a lot in 4 years. I just actually seen an interview I need to watch. He did with the Breakfast Club, because in our community, there was a lot of hate thrown his way. You didn't do enough for Black people. So he addressed that too. So I need to go watch that and see what it says. But he did a lot in 8 years. And it is being slowly destroyed in 4 years, and some of it completely destroyed in 4 years, because all it took was the flick of a pen and it was undone. Yep. So it's going to take a lot to drag us out of the ditch that the drunk guy drove us into. So progression, we need a good 16 years of progression before we get anybody close to a Republican.
I'm looking at my Sunday night questions we didn't get to. Let's see.
I had some. I wanted to read on that. Okay, I didn't look it up. That was the problem there. The Koch brother, when we were talking in the text message, did he say he regretted being partisan?
He regretted being partisan. He regretted that some of the things that he funded with the Republicans, that some of them also went against what he was funding them to do, because he actually says that he is pro like immigration, pro this, pro that, which, I mean, when you're not pro immigration, you're going to hurt the farmers too, by the way. So, but it was funny because he turned around and gave like $500,000 to the Georgia guys that are running. So he regretted like giving all this money, and he turns around and gives more money.
So I want to look at.
So it's this side of my ass I'm talking out of, and then it's this side. And there he is.
Will he regret, or does he have any real regret? I don't know. I'll just do a general read on him, I guess. I don't know exactly what to ask, because he is too influential in politics to not ask something.
He is. Will they get his influence out of politics? Maybe by curbing. I mean, yeah, we've got some on the Democrat side too, but he and his brother, way too much money in politics and way too influential. And he screwed up the farmers big time, because he owns all the seeds and everything now. And
yes, he did. That's kind of new beginnings. That was kind of my question. Does he have any real remorse? Does he have any real regret?
You want to start there? Does he have?
Because it sounds like one of those things. I can ask that of Trump, and it's like no, and I can ask that of him, and it's like no. But I don't know. I want to see what the cards say anyway. I bought them, and we're here, so let's go.
Does he have remorse? No, because he's sitting pretty financially and he's a smug little bastard. No. And he thinks he stands on higher ground and a higher authority. But what's happening is he's seeing these women of power coming in. Here we go with the Age of Aquarius and the transition that's going on in society. And he sees like an ending of the Republican Party and also an ending of 2.5 kids in the average American households. He sees the ending of the American family the way it has been. So he's looking at image. He's trying to get a different perspective on a way to package it to the world. He's going to start all over. It's almost like he's going to start a new party because he doesn't like what has happened to the image of the Republican Party. I mean, you want to say that you've got all the Christian and 2.5 kids, happy family homes, and then you go and you watch a rally and it looks like a bunch of biker dudes. I'm like,
I got exactly the same thing.
Nothing against biker dudes. I got some biker dude friends, but some of them are pretty out there, just saying.
Stupid. There is the 8 of Wands and the 8 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. His rhetoric is trapped in his belief. This is all in his head. He created this world. He lives in it. When you got $500 gajillion, this is what you can do. There is foolish things that he does with his money, payouts. There are new things that he does all the time. There are things that my problem with him is, and all of them, is they drag young people into these beliefs too. Because they started some little charity, churchy outreach or whatever, and it was a bunch of young people. Anyway, I'm going into all that. There's some money paid out there. And just like you said, there's something here about change in tradition that he does not care for. With the Hierophant and the Death card, change in government, change in tradition. There is no more. The world is not run completely by rich white men anymore. This is the world that he exists in. This is the world that he dominated in for so long, him and his brother.
I mean, a lot of them are like, anti-gay marriage until they have a gay kid themselves.
Dick Cheney.
But I don't know. It's like something is going on there. I gave an example the other day to somebody when I was doing a personal reading, and I think I told you about this, Johnny. There was at my local Walgreens. I went in there in the summer. I was looking for something. I couldn't find it, and I'm in there in my mask. And the guy that's waiting on me didn't have a mask on, but he takes me to the aisle where what I was looking for was in. And he said, well, this whole thing is a hoax. And I said, oh, really? I'm like, well, I know someone right now that's fighting for their life in the hospital. So, I'd appreciate it if you would just take 6 steps back away from me since you're not wearing a mask. So I pick up what I'm there for. I go to checkout, and somebody else is at checkout. Well, I go in there last weekend. I was out doing my once a month grocery shopping, and I go into Walgreens while I'm out, and he's there not only in a paper mask, but with a plexi mask over it, with the shield over it. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Did someone die in your family from COVID, or did you contract it, or what happened? And he looked at me and I said, because back in the summer, you told me it was a hoax. So what changed that now you're all masked up and everything you can put on?
Double mask. You got a mask here and a face shield.
Yeah. It's like, what changed? He didn't answer me, but I made my point. So I got to go warm my tea up. I'm going to mute my microphone. Have you got something to read on?
Yeah, you go right ahead. I'm a chit chat. Okay. So while we wait, you know what? Let's do this now since we're here. For the deck giveaway, this is the one I'm giving away, which is tarot. I've used it before. There is examples of some of the cards though, but not that you can see that, but they keep pretty good with your Rider-Waite system. This is actually one of my favorite decks. It is very thin in cardstock though, so if you're a cardstock person, this might bother you. So, put my random number generator on. So 1 through 200. Type a number in the chat if you would like to enter into the giveaway. 1 through 200. If you want to enter. This is brand new. The plastic is still on it and everything. So it comes with the book and all that good stuff. And then we'll chit chat in the meantime. It'll go to the person who's the closest. Oh, there. Okay. Why would it hide that comment? It's a number, for God's sakes. Clarence 1000. We'll need you to pay attention in school, please, and thank you. Okay. I should have been writing it down because 2 of you got very close just now. Wait. Well, you know what? Scroll back up. I can always scroll back down. Uh-oh. 3 of y'all got close. So there's 1. This is always the hard part. Now I got to go back and find the other one. Okay, there was 1 more. Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. There was another one of you. Pardon me. Okay. And we'll stop here. So TR at 71, that was the last number I'll look at, and I'm going to scroll back up. So y'all can stop adding numbers. I need to go back. There was a 3rd person who got close. I need to make sure that this is fair. Where are you? Oh, there's this. Into the future. You were close. Into the future. Okay, so there was another one that was close. I just seen that. I underestimate how fast that was going to go. Okay, so there's 4 people that I need you to retype a number 1 through 10. And then I should say 1 through 20. So Joe Ty, J-O space T-Y. The Real Virgo Queen, Into the Future, and Sweet Tea. So those 4 people, Joe Ty, J-O-T-Y, The Real Virgo Queen, Into the Future, in number 2, the future, and Sweet Tea. Those 4 people, if you would type a number 1 through 20. I said those 4 people, not everybody else. If you will type a number 1 through 20. All right, Into the Future is at 17. Joe T.Y., the real Virgo Queen. Joe T.Y.'s got 15. The real Virgo Queen and Sweet Tea. I need a number from you two. Sweet Tea is 14. And the real Virgo Queen, I need a number from you. Okay. Oh, geez. I knew that was going to happen. The number was 18. So Into the Future got 17 and you got 19. So both of you are the equal distance here. So I need another number, 1 through 10. Mercy. Double jeopardy. From Into the Future and the real Virgo Queen. I need a number, 1 through 10, from the two of yous. The real Virgo Queen and Into the Future. If you please. 1 through 10. The real Virgo Queen and Into the Future. Because I think one of you did 173 and the other one did 176 and it was 175 or something. So you got 7. Real Virgo Queen's got 7. Into the Future, 1 through 10. 4. You got it. It was 3. So Into the Future, I need you to send me your information right now while we're here. That's why I do it in stream, because the last time I did a giveaway, well, the first one I did, half the people didn't respond at all. So I need your information right this second. If you will leave the stream, or if you got your phone, whatever the case may be, send me your info, and I will send this to you when I go to the UPS store, which I need to do. You want to recount? There are no recounts here. You lost your case already. Y'all still putting numbers. I ain't fooling with you.
Who's demanding a recount? I commented from the kitchen on my cell phone while I was heating my water for tea.
Voter fraud. Phone fraud. Oh, Lord. What did y'all eat for Thanksgiving out there?
You know, I could have said I was calling from the kitchen like Lindsey Graham.
Hi, Livy.
So I made a big old mess while I was in there because, you know, when you cook a turkey breast, you know, you get the juice out of it. Well, I poured it into a plate and let it cool down, and I put it on the floor for the cats to lick because it helps them with their fur balls to lick something that's a little bit greasy. So I put it down on the floor. Well, what did I do when I walked in the kitchen? I stepped right in the middle of this plate of greasy chicken juice.
Turkey, greens, mashed potatoes, and gravy.
All over my
fried turkey. I've never had fried turkey. El Chapo's machine? No. Gumbo. Oh, that's good. Pancakes, 2 mimosas, a crepe with ice cream, Nutella, and fruit. Oh, that sounds fantastic, too. Mexican Thanksgiving. Seafood stuffing. Uh-oh. Y'all got down in there. Russia interfered in my in my voting. Steak, potatoes, salads. Okay.
Collusion.
Crematorium Rudy.
That's broke melting Rudy crematorium. Four Seasons. Adult bookstore Giuliani to you.
I've never had fried turkey. I want a fried turkey, but everybody I've heard that cooked a fried turkey also set their house on fire. So how? That's really not my get down. Bacon wrapped fillet and lobster tail. What the hell? Jeez, that sounds fantastic. And I don't even like seafood, but
Yeah, so they're doing surf and turf.
Somebody cooked for real. Turkey, green beans, bacon, scallop potatoes. Yes, God. Chicken, potatoes, carrot dressing, salmon, mashed potatoes, and spinach. Okay. By New Beginnings, 25-pound bird. Oh, Lord. Acorn squash. Oh, that sounds interesting. Gluten-free stuffing and pumpkin pie. Fried turkey is moist. Now, that's what I heard. But
what exactly is in gluten-free stuffing? Because stuffing is made from bread cubes, bread crumbs, bread whatever, So how do you make gluten-free stuffing? Use gluten-free bread or... Already came to say hello.
Adrian says she's a fancy hoe. That's how you send it to tarosapprentice@gmail.com. Send me all your info and I'll send it to you.
Ooh, bourbon pecan pie. I'm in.
Fried turkey make you want to slap your mama good. Why did they get... I can't. Cornbread is gluten-free. Oh, some of it is, yeah. So I guess this is how you do it. Inject the turkeys with flavors, then they fry it. I'm gonna have to watch a YouTube on it or something. Like, I'm not gonna do it, mind you, because I don't want to burn the house down. But it's thawing today, April. Yeah, tarosapprentice@gmail.com, and you send me your info. Gluten-free bread, yeah, that's how you make it. I made stovetop, didn't burn anything, so proud. That's me. As long as I don't burn it, I'm good.
As long as the kiddies like to eat it, I'm good.
Rack of lamb. Regular mashed potatoes, garlic mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, turkey stuffing. This is the house I'm going to right now. Stuffing, gravy, Brussels sprouts. You can keep that part though. Biscuits, macaroni and cheese, apple pie, pumpkin pie, coconut cake, etc. Absolutely.
Oh, wait. Most favorite thing in the whole world, coconut cake. I'm sorry, I faded out for a minute. I got faint. Because it's hard to make a good one from scratch. And if you've got a coconut cake from scratch, I am all over it.
Oh my God, you hooked me at the mashed potatoes. Regular mashed potatoes, yes. Garlic mashed potatoes, absolutely. And sweet, yes, absolutely. I'm here for the starches. I really am, all of them.
I make wicked mashed potatoes. All my friends, when they come to visit, they're always like, make mashed potatoes.
Turkey and prime rib. Man, y'all got down. Y'all getting down in these comments, man. I already ate, so I ain't hungry. So let me stop being greedy. But man, if you ever get a chance, try fried turkey. I will whenever, I find somebody else to do it then.
I have to get you to try putting cocoa powder in chili first.
Chili.
It just a spoon, like a heaping tablespoon in a big pot of chili. It richens it up and it just brings out the tomato taste.
I ain't opposed to that. That's what I was going to ask you, Becca. What did you cook? Because you've been up since yesterday.
Wait a minute.
Coconut cake with coconut cream in it.
Oh, yum. Adrian, I'm coming to visit. Get ready. I'll see you for Christmas.
Okay. Cincinnati style. Okay.
This
coconut
is my peppermint stick.
I was going to open my other one, but I guess I'm going to do it now too. We're on the food section. We'll take a break from reading. We'll get back to it eventually, but this is what I got. Mole has cocoa in it.
I put just a smidgen of cocoa even in my spaghetti sauce or pasta sauce. Anything that's red tomato sauce, I put cocoa in. Just a little bit.
I'm gonna try it. I ain't opposed to it. Carrot cake. I ain't had a real carrot cake in a long time. I had, one from the grocery store, those little slices they make and put it in the deli. And I don't know. I don't really care for cold cake either. So I was eating it and it was cold, and I'm thinking, this ain't really where it's at. But I ain't had a real carrot cake in a long time. I never had mole. We talked about it before. But
Patricia puts cocoa in her chili too. And I make some Greek tomato-based tomato sauce dishes that you put a little cocoa in.
Mac and cheese, green bean casserole, turkey gravy, fully loaded smashed potatoes.
Ooh, peach cobbler served warm with the vanilla ice cream on it. Yeah, I'm there for that.
Just a ton of food. That sounds good, Becca. Tara Newby, did you cook? You got Sharon. Did you cook? I'll try it. I'll try the cocoa in the sauce and all that. Chili. So do you make the chili from scratch, or is this like a can?
No, I make mine from scratch.
So, okay. So you got your meat.
I use
your beans
and ground beef. So I cook the stew beef. I saute it till it's brown, pretty done, and then I pull it out of the pan, and then I put the ground beef in and do it with and then at the last I throw my onions and garlic in, and then I put the stew beef back in. Then I put my pinto beans in and my tomatoes, my chili powder, my salt, pepper, very little salt, mostly pepper, lots of chili powder, a little bit of basil to bring out the tomato flavor, and about a heaping tablespoon of cocoa powder, Hershey's unsweetened cocoa powder, like baking cocoa powder.
There is, okay.
And a little bit, sometimes a little bit of crushed red pepper.
I shared this with Jen and Becca, and some of y'all may have seen this. Got it. Oh, that's okay. We're here. As long as I got it, let me triple check and make sure I got it. And when I go to the UPS store, I will see you don't live on Mars, hopefully. Well, whatever. Anyway, I shared this with Jen and Becca. This is what I had. You say, what did I have? 171. I'm gonna show you a video of what I had. Well, I guess y'all need to hear it. This is what I had. She gonna sing it to you. I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rice, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys,
you name it. You name it.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken,
I wish I could scream that high.
I had beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lambs, rams, hogs, dogs, chickens, turkeys, rabbits. Actually, I had Popeye's chicken. That's what I had. And a peppermint stick. And I lost the other one in this cup.
Last year, I did a rotisserie chicken. I got it at the grocery store. I was like, I am not in the mood to cook. I was too tired.
Fram sauce. What is fram sauce? Educate me. What's fram sauce? Oh, it's gone. Peppermint stick dissolved. It's off into the cornfield.
Artie's still sleeping off his turkey here.
Yes, we went to Thanksgiving church. What is fram sauce? It piqued my interest now. Pinot Grigio. So is it beef, red wine, poultry, and fish, white wine? Is that how it go?
White wine, usually with turkey, chicken, fish, red wine with dark meats, but I'm a red wine drinker, so I drink it with pretty much everything. If I drink a white wine, it's Pinot Grigio. It's got to be a very dry white wine. None of that sweet stuff.
See, I had a white wine once. It was a box of wine and it was awful. Turducken. I have not had turducken, but then again, I don't like duck. Well, I've never had duck. It just seems like one of them things I don't want to eat because it's always, they say it's fatty and blah, blah, blah. And I don't really care about whether it's fatty or not. I don't know. Everybody I have talked to did not talk it up to where it sounded like something I wanted to go try. Fram sauce with the awesome Faye and
Chafafa on the side.
What did you do?
Dominic, you got to explain yourself here. You got some splaining to do.
You sound Cajun. Is that Cajun?
I'm thinking, is that really what it's called, or are you writing it phonetically like that's how it sounds?
Because that's how my Cajun people talk.
I'm gonna Google fram sauce, see if it's real. Oh wait, it's a song by Diana Krall.
Fram.
It is real. It's got chili flakes in it, so it's probably Cajun. Chili flakes, water, vegetable oil, garlic, sugar, and salt.
Classic song, she say too. Yeah, what are y'all drinking? Moscato. Wine and champagne. Did anybody actually have popcorn election night?
I did.
I did too.
with Lucy, remember she was eating it?
We kept talking about, we're going to have popcorn and champagne. Did anybody actually have it?
Because one of my friends told me she was grossed out when I was eating after Lucy. I said, but I always eat after Lucy.
Then turn your head, because this is my house.
She eats half a thing and bites it off, and I eat the other half.
American beer is water to Canadians. Yes, depends on which one. You're eating your liquor. What did you cook with the liquor in it?
Now, I love banana pudding with like a brandy sauce or some kind of liqueur sauce on it. That's killer.
I think I had banana pudding. No, I'm thinking bread pudding. I've never had bread pudding. I know I had it one time. Is that what I'm thinking of? With the brandy sauce in it?
Yeah. You can have it like bourbon sauce or brandy sauce or
bourbon. That's what it was.
Tara Newby had popcorn on election night.
I did too. Boone's Farm. Oh Lord, you took me back on that one. Lord have mercy. I ain't heard that word since I lived in the hood.
Now there you go, Marie. Your moonshine. My grandfather taught me how to sip moonshine for my 16th birthday. Now, my grandfather was a retired police officer, and police officers down in the South where he was from always had the best moonshine, because if they confiscated 3 jugs, they turned 1 in and kept 2. So my grandfather's basement had good moonshine in it. And he told me on my 16th birthday, you sip it until you can't do this. And I said, well, what happens after you can't do this? And he goes, you go blind. And 2 hours later, I found out that was pretty true. You go blind when you drink moonshine. If you drink too much. If you get to where you can't bend your finger, you go blind.
Gypsy Rose. I just read that and trying to read something else. Adventurous Spirit, Clear Mind Kombucha. Now, I tried kombucha 1 time. No, 2 times. No, 3 times. Because that was the 3rd time was a strike. So the first one I got, because this lady was like, oh my God, they're so fantastic. It's so good. It's so this, it's so that. I got the strawberry because she said that was the best flavor. So I get this strawberry thing and you open the container and death flies out. It smells like it just punched you in the nose, pushed you on the floor, spit in your face, and didn't care. It was awful, just the smell. And then I took a sip, and you can't shake it up because it's fermented, and so it'll come flying out. And so I took a sip, and it just tastes like because it's vinegar basically, and so it's like acid going down your throat. I'm being dramatic, mind you. It's not that bad, but it's like acid going down your throat. Then it hits your stomach, and then it's like, what am I doing in here? And then it tries to fly out. So it's like, So I tried another one that was like all greens, and I'm like, okay, maybe this will be healthy, and it tastes like awful. And then I had one with the chia seeds in it or some sort of seeds in it. That was awful. I can't do it. I really can't.
That was some good moonshine. Now, I also used to make homemade wine when I was in college. Back then the drinking age was 18. So my brother and I, who I lived with when I was in college, we would make homemade wine. And you put all the crushed grapes down in there, and then you put the sugar in there, and the sugar turns to alcohol. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, dang, if sugar turns to alcohol, we could make this a little stronger wine, right? Like most wine is somewhere between 5 and 10% alcohol on average. It's not that potent. Maybe as high as 15. Well, I made some more, and I put more sugar in it and worked it in again. And I let that work through and bubble out, and do its thing. And then I added more sugar and let that turn to alcohol. I think I had it up to about, one of my uncles estimated I had it up to about 35 to 40% alcohol on wine. And then the last time I made some, I blew it up all over our utility room. So I quit making wine because it was there were grape holes, sticky, with sugar, grape holes all over the utility room.
Oh, Lord.
I quit making wine.
Message from the Miss Tarot. We had Cornish hens one time instead of turkey. It was fantastic. Does weed count as booze? No, it does not. It's going to count as food later. Jello shots. Oh, super truthful. I thought she was about to say when you was in jail. In jail.
I was a little wilder when I was younger.
Right? I'm telling them all your business. Right? See, somebody I work with. Now, I buy a bunch of junk anyway, so it wasn't none of my business, but I'm wondering why you buying all these jelly gummy bears and gummy worms and gummy this, because they're going to soak them in vodka. And I'm like, okay. And then what? They're going to eat them and then get drunk off with gummy bears. I'm like, people are just creative as they could be. But apparently that's a norm.
Too lazy to make Jello shots, so buy the gummy fruit and throw it in there.
We sell a lot. When I worked at a dollar store, we sold a lot of the little, they even came in a package together. The ping pong balls with the little red cups. And people would play juice pong or pong ball or whatever. I don't know what it was called, but you bounce the ball, and if it lands in the cup, you get to drink it. I'm like, y'all better.
Beer pong.
Yeah, beer pong. That's what it's called.
Or whatever, alcohol pong.
Y'all better drink. Y'all better find interesting things to do to get drunk at the same time. Mad Dog 2020. Now you want to get messed up for real. That's what you Thunderbird, Mad Dog 2020. Anything named after an animal, don't drink it. That's gonna go straight to your head, and you're gonna be messed up. Kind of gummies. No, that sounds like cannabis gummies. That's what that sounds like. Now, because mind you, weed is a very strong scent. Isn't it a strong taste as well? Like, can you put it in gummy bears and brownies and it don't taste like you've eaten grass and gummy bears at the same time?
Yeah. In food, like spaghetti sauce, you can't taste it. It just looks like more basil in it.
Hmm.
Not that I've had that.
But I guess if you are used to the taste, then fine.
Well, different varieties, different tastes, different smells, different strengths.
Yes, you can. I bet you can. Because it would be to me kind of like cilantro. And I didn't learn that until I worked at the grocery store. The person said half the world tastes soap and the other half tastes cilantro. I taste soap. So if you put it in there, it's going to taste like you got soap in your food.
Well, they say you can smoke catnip. My neighbors always tease me, like, have you tried smoking the catnip? Because I grow it this high, up to my head. I've never smoked catnip, but they say you can smoke catnip and get a high.
I wouldn't do it. Be under the bed thinking somebody coming to get you.
I'd be playing with my draperies. I'd be doing videos like this.
Camera be on, you sitting talking to Artie thinking he was talking back to you.
He does talk back to me. He does.
No, it doesn't taste like soap to you, Prairie. It tastes like soap to me. Half the world tastes soap, other half tastes cilantro. It tastes like soap to me. I tasted it before. I know it's in my mouth.
Anybody ever have PGA punch? Pure grain alcohol with Hawaiian punch? Oh my God, that was nasty stuff.
The edibles depend on the quality of the infused butter, sugar, and corn syrup that you use to make. My chocolates don't taste like that. They're where we want to go. Okay.
That's right, QQ. Someone told me, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh, Lord.
No, I don't have to try to catch mice. That's Lucy's job.
See, Taro Newbie, I think I'd have had to go to somewhere. You had to get this because I'm very self-conscious about smells, period. And that, no. You taste soap too, Linda? I taste soap. Tastes like soap to me. And not that I'm not missing nothing. Lobster tail. Did you have lobster tail, Diana? I don't want nothing out the water. No lobster, no crab, no fish, no shrimp, no crawdads, no nothing. No. I don't even like water.
I love seafood, but I cannot look at crawfish anymore. I got the food poisoning off some one time. Once you get food poisoning from something, you cannot even look at it.
See, I grew up in the South, in the bayous. I lived in the swamps for 12 years, and that's Crawdad Central. And you come up there, and you got these little mud bugs, is what they call it. And they call it that because it's a little bitty mini lobster with a bunch of dirt in it. And I'm thinking, all the more for you. Yes, all the more for you. I can't. You have to clean out all that dirt and then eat it. And then you only get that much meat out of it. That's too much work. That's like eating chitlins. No, thank you.
I miss living close to the coast and getting good seafood.
Turkey did that for you. Yeah. I've never had botulism. Thank goodness.
I miss when I lived in New Orleans, those shrimp po' boy sandwiches. I fantasize about them. You can't get them anywhere else in the country as good as they are in New Orleans.
Chris Witkins, you don't know what chitlins is, then consider yourself lucky and don't ever eat them if somebody ever offer them to you.
Google it.
No, and don't let nobody come in your house trying to cook them, neither.
If you go to New Orleans, go to Mother's to get your po' boy sandwiches.
There used to be such a dispute before I even learned what that was about a po' boy sandwich. The po' boy sandwich is the bread. The bread is what the po' boy is. And it was a poor people sandwich because you basically stuffed it with whatever you had. So if you got shrimp, you put shrimp in there. If you got ham and turkey, you put ham and turkey in there. But if you go down, most people make it with shrimp and hot sausage. It's usually what they make their po' boys out of. I've never had one. All the times I lived in the swamps, I did not have not one po' boy sandwich. It's the only thing that I would do over if I was to go back that way. Then again, I didn't live in New Orleans and Louisiana all that long.
Yeah.
It was Mississippi. Mississippi is shrimp and grits. Po' boy, you go to Louisiana.
I mean, I had a little convenience store across the street from my apartment complex that I could walk to every night and get a great po' boy in a convenience store. You know, it was anywhere you went, you could get good ones down there.
Yeah, oyster po' boy. People, chitlins are not good, Clarence. I need you to stop that immediately. Now, here's the thing. They don't. Okay, I had one. I had a piece of one that was like all of this big, like one time, because they said, "Oh, it don't taste like nothing. You put some hot sauce on it." Da 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 da. Okay, so I'm like, take the smallest little cut you possibly can, and then I'll put a bunch of hot sauce on. No, it didn't taste like nothing, and I'm like, okay, if it don't have a taste until you put something on it, and you got to go through all this work to clean it,
Then why eat it?
literally smells like poop, then don't eat it. What are grits? Grits is, what is that? Not cornmeal. Is ground something. Ground wheat, ground something like that.
It's kind of like cream of wheat if you're from the north, only it's grittier, it's chunkier, a little bit.
It's sand. It looks like sand, but it's good. It's very.
You got your cheese grits, your shrimp grits, your cheese and shrimp grits. You can put anything in grits, really. Ground corn, yeah.
Well, more for you, Super Truthful. I ain't eating them. More for you. Grits of corn. Okay, it's really, really finely ground corn, but it's
you cook it. You cook it, and it looks kind of like cream of wheat. You know, it's white.
YouTube it and stuff, so you can see what it looks like, because it's a really big thing, especially in Mississippi, Louisiana. It's a really big thing.
It's a southern thing, like all the way across to the Carolinas.
Mm-hmm.
When I lived up north, I used to have friends mail me boxes of grits up north because I couldn't find them to buy.
No, I do not like hog mogs. You don't have to see. This is from your grandmamas and granddaddies. They had to eat everything because they had children to feed. But nowadays, when I got a debit card in the grocery store, I ain't got to eat hog mogs and pig feet and pig ears and snoots. And no, give me the bacon. I trust you didn't get that from weird places, and then I'm gonna go fry it and be done with it. Oh. Yellow grits. Yeah, we had I've had yellow and the regular, but I have not had grits since I was a kid. Like, it's been a very long time. And not that I didn't like them, it's just not something I ever buy. Like, I love malto meal, which is hot cereal, which is wheat, but I don't ever buy that either. But I love that.
So, brown sauce or red sauce on your meatloaf? Discuss.
I've always done red, but
I-
then again, it's tradition.
I like red. And when I moved up north and you go to the diners, because the food's great in diners up north. You go in the diners and all their meatloaf has that brown sauce. And I'm like, what's this? Like, I can eat anything. I've eaten all over the world when I traveled. I've eaten some weird stuff in my life. I've had fried jellyfish and God knows what else. But yeah, brown sauce on my meatloaf doesn't work for me.
I've had it once because for whatever reason. Okay, no, I know why. I had it once because when my mother cooked, she cooked with the red. When my father cooked, he would cook with the brown because he liked the brown sauce on his mashed potatoes or something like that. But I'm like, I like the red because the red adds a sweetness to your meat.
Mm-hmm.
The brown is just all sauce and salt. And I'm not really, just red.
I used to make enough of the red sauce to put a little in the ground beef so it would be a nice juicy meatloaf. When I moved up north, it tended to be more compact and drier meatloaf. I like it juicy.
Red sauce. Now there is a barbecue place here. They don't put barbecue sauce on their barbecue. They either make it plain and dry, and then you can do whatever you want to with it when you get it, or dry as in no sauce. Or they have a mustard and red sauce that they put on theirs. Now, I've never in my life put a mustard on my ribs before. But we're going to try them. I don't know if we're going to try the mustard. We're going to try the people in their...
I can drink mustard. I love mustard in any form.
And I like mustard, but mustard is something that overpowers things. And so I want to put it on something I expect the mustard taste from. It's like,
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like dry rub barbecue. I'll do a dry rub, but then I've got to put a little bit of a sticky basting over it. I like it. I like things to feel a little bit sticky with barbecue sauce.
And see, I just like barbecue, but then again, I've never had it any other way. So there was one place, I don't know if they did it for texture or what, but it was covered in like, I guess it was black pepper, but like coarsely ground black pepper. So it was like covered in. So every time you bit it, you got a crunch of a bunch of other stuff and herbs and spices, I guess. And it was all right. Because they didn't put sauce on theirs either. They let you do that part. See, I don't know if it's sweet mustard. They just said it's a mustard and red sauce. They put it together. They don't make a mustard red sauce. It's a mustard and red sauce that they put together and put on their thing.
My sauce I make for meatloaf has a little mustard in it. So to give it a little kick.
What's them people's name?
So it's probably like that, mustard and a tomato paste or mustard and ketchup mixed together.
That's what it looks like. It's like mustard. That yellow is mustard. And then that red, I don't know what the red is.
Oh, they're like mixing it on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they stir it up together and then put it on.
Mm-mm. It's the mustard and then the red. But the red doesn't look like ketchup, and they put it on their hot wings and stuff too. So it's like their signature thing that they do.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is, the red part. Menu.
That's what it looks like, Terry, like putting mustard and ketchup on a hamburger.
Mm-hmm. That's what it looked like, but they call it red sauce.
Thank you, Marby.
Thank you, Marby. Served with the sauce, sweet red or mustard or house, which is a blend of sweet red and mustard. So whatever the red is sweet. Maybe it's like a marinara or something.
Oh, Wes, I'm with you. That horseradish sauce with roast beef or horseradish sauce to dip French fries in. I love that.
I've never had horseradish in my whole life. They just always told me that it was hot.
Yeah, if you like heat, because it'll open your sinuses up. depending on how much you put in it. But like, I don't like mayonnaise, but you can mix horseradish with a little mayonnaise and dip your French fries in it. I love that.
Sweet red. Didn't say what the red is, though.
Thank you, Virgo Queen.
Thank you, Virgo Queen. Now we have a guest for food talk now. You see?
Yeah. I'm not commenting in the comments like, ooh, Johnny, try this.
And this is how it usually goes. We ain't read nothing in like 45 minutes, but and then 900 people are still here.
Listening to food talk.
This is how it goes. Roast beef, horseradish is the best. See, okay, I'm gonna try some horseradish. It is hot. Okay, then I will expect
it'll open your sinuses up. So put just a little bit on something and taste it.
Is it?
It's not like hot peppers. It's more like
describe the flavor.
Like if you eat like hot peppers, like jalapenos or ghost peppers, it burns your tongue and it burns your throat. It's more like when you eat it, it goes up into your sinuses.
Like a menthol hot.
Yeah. Have you ever had like hot mustard sauce with egg rolls, like at a Chinese restaurant? You know how some of them can be a little bit hot?
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of opens up the sinuses. It's that kind of hot. It's not taste hot as in it's going to burn
bitter
and you want to drink a gallon of milk later.
It tastes like a spicy ginger.
Kind of, yeah. Because it's kind of in the same family. It's a root. But I keep horseradish in my refrigerator all the time. Yeah, kind of wasabi does the same thing. Like it doesn't taste hot on your tongue, but it'll open up your sinuses.
That's what I had. The little green sauce.
Yeah.
Wasabi. And I had like a little dip. I did this, and it was like whoosh.
Like it didn't burn your tongue, but it's like all the way up your sinuses.
Yes, go. I can breathe from here to Tallahassee. I tell you, I can. So I don't know if I'd like horseradish because I don't really care for ginger all that.
It's not as strong as wasabi. It's not that strong, but if you mix it, like I wouldn't do straight horseradish. I'd mix it with like a little mayonnaise or something, and then like dip your fries in it, or if you've got roast beef or something, you can dip in it.
Horseradish is a root. That means it's strong.
Wasabi is a type of horseradish. It's just maybe a stronger one. Wasabi like really goes up my sinuses. I love it. It just opens you up.
See, Tarina, if you have stomach trouble, I don't have stomach trouble, but then again, there are times where I can eat like hot Cheetos or something that's normally doesn't bother me, and then sometimes it drops down in your stomach and it's like all the pepper flew off and it's just burning the crap out of you. So I can't do nothing stronger than cayenne, so I probably need to stay away from that anyway.
I used to eat a lot of hot peppers when I was younger. I still love them, but they don't love me.
Yeah.
Like now it's like, okay, well, let's just take dynamite and blow it out the other end, and burns going in, burns going out.
Because I can do black pepper and cayenne pepper. I love cayenne pepper though. Mm-hmm. Like I used to take cayenne pepper tablets for metabolism and burning fat and all that type of stuff. It didn't work, as you can see, but well, it works if you keep doing it. But
it's the thought that counts.
Yeah. But I have jalapenos. I like jalapenos on my pizza now because I tried it when I lived in Florida. It was good.
I love jalapenos. I love them on nachos and on pizza, anything, but they don't love me anymore, so I have to lay off them now.
Oh, no more rice? Well, you ain't missing nothing. Everything with rice, you got to do something to it. You can't just eat rice by itself. I don't know how people do that.
Oh, I love rice.
Just eating rice and mashed potatoes and macaroni cheese. Like the side dishes, I can't eat by themselves. Like I can't do it. Uh-oh. No, Carmen. They're going to throw you out. You
I
can't
swear to
eat
God,
hot
one of these days, Johnny and I are going to live closer together, and we're going to start a food network on YouTube. And it's going to be a disaster, but it's going to be fun.
I'll be a taste tester. Just don't ask me to cook nothing. I used to like stuffed jalapenos, but actually I still do. What do you mean used to? I still do. I haven't had them in a while, though. Kung Pao chicken and rice. Rice and chicken dressing. Oh, now that sounds something I would eat. Now back in the day, this is, but I can't really say that because I was extremely skinny as a kid. It's just when puberty hit, and next thing you know, I was 800 pounds overnight, and I'm like, what the hell's happened? And I got stretch marks everywhere. Puberty was not nice to me. But when I was a kid, the white rice, my mother would make white rice, put butter on it and sugar. I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus. Well, we all got diabeticalness because this is so good.
That's the way I was raised. Put butter and sugar on your white rice, but I can eat it plain now, or I like it with honey, drizzle honey on it. Mm-hmm. That's good.
Okay, Jack in the Box, what you call them things? Egg rolls, Jesus. I mortgaged my house for some of them. That was fantastic.
Hey, Adam, we're having a food talk break in our readings.
Close your ears. She vegan. Close your ears.
Yeah. I don't eat a lot of meat. I talk about like things like chili. If I fix chili a couple of times in the winter, that's it. But I'm practically vegetarian. I just every now and then I feel the need for meat.
West 59 is still be puberty here. And me too.
Ooh, rice pudding's good, Marcia.
What are we throwing cards on? Nothing, as you can see.
Y'all give us something to throw on. We'll throw.
Go do your own readings. Brown rice is healthier, but who wants brown rice?
I like wild rice and brown rice. I like any kind of rice though. Sticky rice or jasmine rice, doesn't matter. I love rice.
Do you wash your rice?
If I rinse it, if I want it to be a non-sticky rice. If you want it to be sticky, leave the starch in there.
I always do, just because I've never washed it. But I started watching that guy I showed y'all the other day. And he says, always wash your rice. I never wash the rice. I always just boil it and then boom, eat it. We did stimulus check a while ago. Stimulus check. You're not getting a stimulus check no time soon.
Let's see, we read for a couple hours this afternoon, came back, read for a couple hours on here, then took food talk break. You wash your grits? I don't wash my grits.
Boil it.
As they say in My Cousin Vinny, no, true Southerner would ever cook their grits less than 20 minutes.
So I never washed my rice. I like the stickiness of it though. I don't want rice everywhere.
Oh my God, what was it Rudy Giuliani said the other day in one of his court hearings? He started quoting My Cousin Vinny movie in the middle of a court hearing. Like, and you're a lawyer, like you actually prosecuted people or something at one time. You're going to quote a movie? Come on. He had no evidence, but he quoted a movie. Why has Cleopatra's tomb never been found?
Oh, you're running for mayor, Wes? Well, good luck for you. Like, yes, I have a list. I can do some readings. This is my channel. Okay? I do what I want to do. Rule number 2, don't tell me what to do. I do what I want to do.
And yes, for those watching it, that complain I don't do enough solo readings anymore, it is fun to read with other people. It gives you somebody to talk to and bounce off of. It's easier sometimes in some ways than doing solo videos where you're entertaining everybody.
Mm-hmm. Wes, email me.
Peggy wants to know if anything's up with Rick Perry, because he kind of disappeared after he left the energy department.
Well, see, here's the thing, too. Being out of the news doesn't mean you ain't doing nothing crazy.
True.
It just means ain't nobody found you. That's an Ariel Perry, exactly. Me too, Diana. Amazon. That's where I got it from.
Have they not found Cleopatra's tomb? They didn't want you to find it. They made it difficult. That was the plan and how they designed wherever it is for security reasons. So there's something about the sun is very important with the location. So like, I'm like flashing on, you remember in Raiders of the Lost Ark when he puts that staff in the hole and the sun shines through the head of the amulet and it shines the beam down on where to dig. The ark. That's what, like, there's something about the sun that's important in how to find it. And there's like some sort of communication that about like, it's almost like maybe there's a map room or something. But people have given up looking for it. But I feel like there's somebody that really was a supporter of hers that didn't want people to find it, so made it very difficult. He was grieving, and he made it very difficult. Feels like he was also worried about people watching and like grave robbers, that kind of thing. He's very anxious about where it was.
Like, there's a part of me that loves and hates museums and zoos and things like that. Like, I probably would never get to Egypt to go look at none of that type of stuff. But if you brought it to me, then I get to see it. But on the other hand, that's not your stuff. Leave it there. It was buried with them. Leave it alone, blah, 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 It's kind of like the animals. They shouldn't be in cages for us to go gawk at and all that. But then again, a person like me would never, ever get to see them. So yeah. I don't know. I've self-wrestled with that type of thing. But,
I'm okay. Like if they're trying to preserve some wildlife, so mating in captivity because their numbers are getting too low, I get it.
Like pandas.
Or if an animal was wounded or something and can't survive in the wild, so they have to take it into captivity, I get it. But I'm not a big fan of zoos. I hate importing exotic animals and reptiles and birds. I wish they would stop that. You look at what's going on in Florida in the Everglades with all the pythons that people have dumped there. I just hate what they do to our ecology system by bringing in stuff that, you don't need a python in your house. I'm sorry. You don't. It's like an AR-15. You don't need an AR-15 in your house.
No, you do not. Well, speaking of that, we can do this, Rita. Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. I don't know what the latest is on that. But thank you, Wes. But Trump wants to open the bidding for drilling before the administration changes because it's been blocked in the past, and he wants it to go full steam ahead before he leaves office. I want to know are they going to allow drilling in this wildlife refuge? Refuge drilling.
Yeah, because Trump was allowing fracking all over the place, and
finalizes plan to open Arctic. This is back in August, but it has not happened just yet.
oh, Tiger, I'm so sorry for your loss. Tiger lost her brother to COVID Tuesday night.
Oh, prayers for you, Tiger. I'll light my candle when I get my lighter.
I would light a candle for your brother. You guys, when you say, can I put so-and-so in the healing circle or pray for so-and-so, I light candles for you every night. Anybody that's in the healing circle. And I like candles to ease the transition of someone when they've passed away. Or an animal. I do that for my pets too. I'll be so glad when Trump quits showing up in my cards.
I'm glad, and no shade to nobody, that he is not showing up in people's personal readings. People get a personal reading, and their very last question they want to ask you about Trump. Is he really going to lose? Is he really on the way out? Yes, he is.
I get that sometimes. I'm like, you're really going to pay me for a personal reading to read on what I read on YouTube for?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
He bothers people that much, though.
I get it.
He's on his way out. No, the Electoral College is not going to change their mind. He's on his way out.
Yeah, Trump and his corruption, right? And it's a betrayal of our wildlife and our ecosystem and our national parks and everything. I mean, that he's lied about what he's allowing and not allowing. So there is a healing coming, and it will come in rather quickly with the new administration. Now, what's his name? I was talking about him earlier today. This put in charge of that.
John Kerry.
John Kerry. He seems to be rushing in to try to secure something rather quickly. There's going to be a lot of conversation around this also. Looks like he has an offer also for getting partners to help block future drilling and tearing up our wildlife. He's got some agenda that he's going to try to get people to partner with him to block stuff.
Again, he gets an initial victory that worries people, but I guess he already kind of has it, as in he is doing plans right now to do some fracking and drilling. Something, though, happens to where it comes to an end. So if he gets this done in January, it might be done by March or whatever the case may be. But
reversing the reverse protections,
Mm-hmm. They need to designate it, which I think it has been. This is like designated for something sacred or something, to where this is not something they can just undo 4 years later. Oh, I can't stand people.
Oh, that's a good one, Gypsy Rose. The USDA scientists that were forced to move to Kansas City, will they get their or they either had to quit or they had to move to Kansas City? Will we get some of them back? Will they be okay? I remember when that happened. Now it's like, we used to talk about, I remember when that happened, talking about something that happened 30 years ago. Now we're like, I remember when that happened a year and a half ago in the Trump administration. I remember when there's been so much crap going on, it's hard to remember it all.
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah, the whole USDA team, because he doesn't believe in scientists. And
let's see.
well, the USDA guys come back to Washington and get their jobs back, all the ones that were laid off. Yeah.
Because there's going to be a new opportunity here with the Ace of Pentacles and the World card. There was a defeat that caused them to walk away in the first place. And the Fool, once he is stagnant, then things change. So once he gets his perspective changed, then everything else will change too. Slowly.
And I actually get that this might be something he puts off on Kamala to work on, because it was, they were forced out in the cold, and that was his poor judgment. But they're still committed to their jobs. So I get the pack their bags, they're moving back. Good news, strength with that. And I get my Kamala card and getting a job back. Money news.
So it is, James, it's already protected tribal land? Because that's what I was saying, that we need to try to make it some sort of sacred land. It's already, I can't. Do you really need more gas and more oil? Or, I mean, God, please. What they should do is take their resources and figure out how to get it out of asteroids. Nobody owns space. Go get it out of those rocks. There's minerals and metals and all kinds of things that's basically limitless out there. You can land on an asteroid, so mine it. Figure out how to do that. The way you can stop poking holes in the earth and then want to hold candles in remembrance when it opens up and swallows everything.
Autumn asked if we could look at Jared's finances, because she was picking up something weird with him earlier. We haven't read on Jared today, I don't think.
Uh-oh. I was trying to find my nightmare cards. They would be perfect for him. Card of digging. Good Lord.
Johnny, did you watch that video I sent you of I Eat Paste that had some pictures of him as a child? That child never stood a chance. with braces and those gums up to here. I was like, bless his little heart, he didn't stand a chance.
No, he didn't.
What?
The one that looks like his father. Oh. I pulled the card. I don't even know the question. What was I asking again?
Jared's finances.
Jared's finances. Well, that probably was an appropriate card then.
Ooh, he's got a big loss going on. It's on the bottom. Let's see what that's about. he's got a big loss going on. Like right now, it's tied to a woman that brought something to an end. I'm gonna say it's over somehow how he was making money off of COVID, sick people. But this woman, he's known for a while, like he's known her, but she has cut him off and blocked him from getting money. And it's partially because of the transition. Now that Biden's transitioning in, she has like cut him from a deal. And it was pretty good money. He's burdened financially right now. He's going to try something new. He's getting ready to move into action to try something new, to give him a little bit of chump change is what I'm getting, but it's not what he lost. Who's the woman? What are you getting?
I didn't get an answer on his finances, but I guess I did kind of maybe just inadvertently. There's a progression of a scheme with the Chariot and the Magician. Then there is the Four of Cups and the Seven of Swords. It's not mature yet, though. Whatever this scheme is, it's not ready to be done, yet he's run out of time with this woman or whoever it is here with the love. Because mind you, before I said I start picking cards and I didn't know the question, the Queen of Wands is the first card I got. And there might be a woman here, and then something is forcing him to walk away or to not walk away, but is forcing some audibles to be called because he's not quite sure how to get this done now because he's run out of time. There's a scheme he's working on. And of course, it has something to do with money because it always does. But he's not going to be able to get it done. Let me ask again. Finances. Finances. Two of Cups, there's your commerce. Wheel of Fortune, there's your money. Ten of Swords, there's your loss. Such a weird Ten of Swords card. I love it though.
Every which way.
The Chariot again, progression. The King of Cups, that's what's around the loss, that administration change. Whatever he was working on, you should have left the house early. You wouldn't have to speed down the street. There is something he should have been doing probably a long time ago, or maybe this was something he was doing a long time ago, just didn't count on Trump losing. Yeah, progression has come to an end. So has the good fortune.
So I'm kind of getting that it may be tied to like vaccine deals or something like that. Because now that Biden's getting information, as the transition team is getting it, that seems to be what brought Jared the bad news. He's having to retreat from the deal, and there's nothing he can do. His hands are tied. But he was looking at making plenty of money.
Do we have the pic of Eric that says I eat paste? Of course we have it. Can I find it? I don't know. But I do have it.
Y'all gonna make us show it again? Let me see if I've still got it.
Oh yeah, I just scrolled up again. I almost bought that water bottle that Ganga has with the crystal in it. But I'm like, you know what? I don't really trust crystals in water, so I don't ever buy it.
Turn sideways. Make it bigger.
Oh, bless his heart. That's another one for you, too. What in the world was these people thinking?
It's more like this.
And why do you dye your hair and you're going bald? I mean,
this is what happens late at night. If Johnny doesn't go live, I start texting him photos. He starts texting me photos. Becca starts texting photos. We've got a 3-way loop of just pictures of all these disgusting people.
There is, CG, there is a water bottle. And at the base of it, it has a clear quartz crystal. And then you put your water in your jug. I don't know if it's in the water or if it's necessarily just part of the thing. That e-paste, I was on the floor with that one. I fell right out this chair and was on this floor. That was hilarious.
If you want to see Johnny have a 5-minute laughing fit over I Eat Paste, watch his live stream from I think it was Monday night, or when was it? It's the 4-hour one. It was like 3 in the morning. I woke up, so I was laughing. I was like, "Oh, Insomniac's Tarot, Johnny's doing a live." And I went on there, and he was chit chatting and showing some memes and stuff. And I was like, "Johnny, show him the I Eat Paste one." And had a 5-minute laughing fit that's hysterical. 3 minutes, 17 seconds in, start watching it. Or not 3 minutes, sorry, 3 hours, 17 minutes in.
Yes. We're almost at 3 hours now.
If you don't watch, when he's reading for a couple hours at the beginning of a live stream, but it lasts 4 hours, if you don't watch all the way to the end, you are missing some great laughing.
Because that's when the chit chat happens, and then all y'all in this chat start saying stuff that I can't ignore, and so it kind of happens.
Trez wants to know if Trump will pardon Rudy's hairstylist for the botched slide.
Because what do you even? I said his mascara was running. What do you even put in your hair that when you sweat, it's gonna start flying down your face?
He's gonna walk away from that.
Like, what in the world is in your head?
Trump's like, you should coif it around your head like I do. He takes stuff from back here and puts it on top. So.
The crystal's in a separate chamber. Okay. It's a neat bottle. I almost bought one. Me and Amazon need to stay away from each other right now. Okay, guess what I bought, y'all? I give you 3 guesses and the first 2 don't count. I bought 1, 2, I think 3 more tarot decks. So they'll be here eventually. I got them from Etsy. I'll try to buy 5. The other 2 are coming from one person. And she says her printer they printed out of China. And I'm like, I don't want to wait 4 years and 38 days to get no cards. So, because she's in Philadelphia. So since I'm in Pittsburgh, I'm like, well, that should be, fast. So I'm asking her. I wonder if she answered me. Shoe polish. Because it's a cat deck and a dog deck. One is cat and one is dog. And I want it. I want both of them.
Renee, that's right. The red prayer cloth video, you had everybody laughing for about 40 minutes, and that I swear to God, I want to see a montage video. Johnny, you got to go through them and take all the clips, like the little lead up and then the laugh, like for however long. You've got one with Mitch McConnell, you've got one with Stephen Miller, try to remember who else. The one the other night, the prayer cloth one. There's a zillion of them. Oh, the one on Alex Jones where the empty man in the field, the body outline was out in the field. I remember that one. See, I remember Johnny's readings. I don't remember my own.
I had one. It was on the other channel, though. I think it's deleted now. Where I was showing everybody, and this is the only one I remember. I was showing everybody my drawing. My drawing of a card that I wanted to make. And I fell out laughing because it looked ridiculous. And I made my own self laugh.
Figure drawing.
You better testify.
What is it that you're going through?
Y'all want some preaching? Here's some preaching. Let's take you to church.
Can't help you. Well, let me tell you what. That's the devil. I said that's the devil. They'll try to make you feel like what you're going through is too big for God. That God cannot help you. God not only cannot help you, God is going to help you. But first of all, you got to help yourself. You know, I found out everybody in the Bible days who got a miracle from God, they had to go somewhere, they had to do something. Nobody just sat still or sat around it. Just God told me to make them red, representing the blood of Jesus that covers all. Spiritual, mental, physical, material, social, as well as financial. I want to see God bless you in every area of your life. The Lord just told me to tell you that He wants to make you whole. Want to make you whole spiritually, mentally, physically. I feel such an anointing. And yea, I would say unto thee, my child, yes, I'm talking to you, that this is your time, and this is your season to receive miracles in your life. You've sown much, but you're taking in little.
What's with the red hanky? This is the red blood of Jesus prayer handkerchief. That's
Went and got mine.
He will send this to you so that your blessings will come.
It's faint
Now, I think he ain't got no church no more. This is from 1990, but still.
That's a prophetic word. That is the word of God for you. I want you right now to follow these God-given instructions. I want you to order right now one of the red blood of Jesus practices. I'm waiting to get your information. Because once I get your information, I'm going to go into spiritual warfare for you, just like I promised. I'm going to bombard heaven until I hear the word from God. God's going to speak to me concerning you. And then I will send you that word from God right along with the red blood of Jesus practice, which is our point of contact between you, God, and myself, with instructions on how to work with it, how to use it to cause miracles.
Thank you, Webster.
What's a miracle, Pastor Thomas? Miracle is something that's not supposed to happen. It's scientifically unproven. But yet God kept saying.
Yeah, apparently I'm not working with mine enough. He needs to get together with Paula White.
Y'all shouldn't make fun of that man.
Oh,
Jesus.
Now, if you haven't already ordered your very own red blood of Jesus handkerchief, I want you to place that order right now. You've seen how others been healed. You heard them testify how miracles have happened to them. How God paid off thousands of cars. God's given them unexpected money through the use of the red blood of Jesus handkerchief. My question is, why would you let others be healed and you stay sick? Why would you let others get up and you stay down? Why would you do without? Everybody else. Well,
no, he needs to get together with the "You Name It" that you played earlier.
Oh, no, Shirley Caesar wouldn't be called dead in his church.
Okay, you continue on with your videos. I got to warm my tea up again.
Lord have mercy. That's y'all, Pastor. Place your order for that red blood of Jesus handkerchief. Prayer handkerchief is all one word. Handkerchief. I can't do it. Oh Lord. And what's bad? Okay, this is bad. Judge me if you want to, because I really don't care. Because can't none of y'all get me into heaven or keep me out of hell. Okay. But we used to watch him back in the day just to laugh. That is the only reason. And you can get no blessings from it. So it was just that was funny. I can't. I have no idea what his name is. But I used to laugh. That's all I did. He was ridiculous is all. But he was the only one. So his red blood of Jesus handkerchiefs. The scream scared your nephew. Oh, mercy. And we do it on the do the Captain Crunch. Okay. Listen, Tarot Noob, just for you. I am. I really am. We're gonna get demonetized, but I'm gonna play it anyway. Oh, it's called The Breakfast Song. And oh God, we're going to hell because no more bacon, no more sausage, no more orange juice, no more coffee, no more biscuits, no more light bread, no more bread. No more scrambled eggs. No more grits. Oh Lord Jesus. No more oatmeal. No more pancakes. No more sugar and rice. No more beef steak. No more sugar and rice, y'all. No more maple syrup. No more strawberry jam. Oh God, no more gravy. No more country ham. Jesus. All right. No more Captain Crunch. No more syrup. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I surrender. You got the tears in my eyes. I was listening on my phone again. No more Captain Crunch in heaven, y'all.
I can't even see.
You better stock up now.
Oh, my eyes is running, my nose is running, my feet is running, everything running. I can't even. Oh, Jesus.
No more rice and sugar and
Ooh,
rice.
Jesus, come back to the world. What is this?
Artie was getting concerned. He thought he was going to say no more fancy feast.
I never listened to the whole song. Oh, this child say no more Captain Crunch, and that woman singing with him is the least interested person in the whole world. She's like, I'm just here because he asked me to.
You name it. It ain't in heaven.
Oh, Jesus. That was too. I can't. No more Captain Crunch. No more Cinnamon Oats. No more Lucky Charms either. No more Cheerios. No more Wheaties. No more Frosted Flakes. No more Rice Krispies. You can keep that anyway.
This heaven sounds like hell.
And look at her. She just like, when is this over?
Great face. Like, I can't believe we're singing this song again. Plugging along.
No more chicken.
No more chicken.
No more pork chops. No more Lipton tea. No more soda pop. So you can't have Lipton tea. What can you have? The other kind of tea? What's the Nestle? Don't they make a tea?
You are no longer allowed to play that video when I'm trying to carry a full mug of hot tea. I was shaking it all over my hand trying to get back in here.
Now, you want to know what's saying? YouTube say, oh, you like that? Here's another video we recommend to you. They recommend the Stand By Me performed by Karen Gibson and the Kingdom Choir down there. Because those two videos are similar. Singing at Harry and Meghan's wedding or Captain Crunch song.
How many views has he got on it, and how many of them are you viewing it? Let's just ask the cards. Is there Captain Crunch in heaven?
Is there some Captain Crunch? I might ask them.
Because I always thought you can have anything you want in heaven. You imagine it.
Captain Crunch, no more chicken, no more pork chops. Can you have chocolate milk? I bet you can.
It's not chicken, it's chicken. Chicken. Like 5 syllables long. Chicken. Like
chocolate milk comes from brown cows. So if they got some brown cows, then they'll have some chocolate milk.
No more insulin.
Oh. And who eats chicken and pork chops for okay, I do. Never mind. Because it's called the breakfast song. No more breakfast. You can have dinner and lunch. Because I guess Jesus sleeps in, so whenever he get up, it's lunchtime. I mean, he saved the world, so let him sleep in, right? Captain Crunch. Is there special foods in heaven? The Ace of Potions. Something up there. You know what though? The Bible is full of drinks. There's all kind of drinks. You got water and all kinds of drinks and potions. So there's always some drinks. High priestess, and there might be some other things too that
They're hidden.
That you have to create. Mm-hmm. I don't get Captain Crunch, but it's something up there.
This is the dogma card on the bottom. That's his dogma, that there's no Captain Crunch in heaven. There's a lot of mystery about what's in heaven, and for those, the challenger are the people who are grieving because they think there's not. The things you love, the things that you find joy in, there's always going to be someone there to share it with you. So someone will share if I go before you, I'll share my Captain Crunch with you, I promise. And all you have to do is ask the messenger. All you have to do is ask and it's there. So don't get anxious because it's all in the structure of things. You just have to ask and it shall be given.
So I noticed he didn't say no more cigarettes.
There's an offer. Somebody will offer it up.
Oh gosh.
Somebody's gonna offer up a big old bowl of Captain Crunch. A big old cup.
Yeah, you can have chocolate. I told you chocolate milk comes from brown cows, so you need to have some chocolate milk up there. And moment of silence for the lady. She has passed away since that video. But so maybe we can ask we'll do a mediumship one day and see what she eats.
Channel her and ask her, hey, is there breakfast in heaven?
What you eating? Because you just listed a whole bunch of stuff you can't have. Kenneth Copeland is a weirdo. I think he's on drugs. Now, this is just me being judgy. I can't prove none of that. So allegedly. But I think he goes out of left field with his, and he gets the crazy eyes, and then he say weird things, and then laughs weird. He takes visits of maybe 1, 2, 3 times to the donut shop. I think. I bet you.
He doesn't call on those angels from Africa,
and they didn't answer her. Ain't that something? Naughty angels. Naughty angels. The angels of Africa, the angels of South Africa, them children don't know you.
Angels of Africa, the angels of Africa.
Paula White speaking in tongues. Why is it the first Paula White prayer for Donald Trump? Jesus.
We break and divide every demonic confederacy against the election, against America, against that who you have declared to be in the White House. We break it up in the name of Jesus. We lose confusion into every.
Who is this boy walking behind her?
Directed right now at this election, directed specifically at the 6 states. We come against people that are working at high levels right now with demonic confederacies and secrecies and demonic plans and networks. We break it up and we command that it be exposed right now in the name of Jesus. Strike and strike. The angels have even dispatched from Africa right now. Africa right now. Africa right now. From Africa right now. They're coming here. They're coming here. In the name of Jesus. From South America. They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here. From Africa. From South America. Angelic forces. Angelic reinforcement. Angelic reinforcement. Angelic reinforcement. For I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of victory.
Wait a minute.
So, Larry Girl, thank you for posting the link to the breakfast song.
What is that?
I want to ask if she's really speaking in tongues or is she just making crap up?
Because that is no. Listen, when you prayed to these angels, they didn't hear you. First of all,
well, corruption did get exposed. Lindsey Graham got caught trying to call the Secretary of State in Georgia. What's at the root of, what's on the bottom? Biden won.
If you don't go sit the hell down, Page of Cups. High Priestess. This is lunacy. She's making that up. Exactly. She's making crap up back up. The page. Now, both of these cards should be your psychic connection. This could be your spiritual connection. The Page of Cups is an intuition. It is beginning intuition as it is the page. The full-blown psychic would be your High Priestess, but it crosses and challenges. She is not connected to her source because she would rather sit there and go ata with her gang signs and her shirt falling off her shoulder. So, no. Magician, ultimate liar, it was all a show.
Yeah, there's a hidden agenda behind this. The challenge is, to have balance and justice. She's putting on a strong show. trying to get those donors, trying to get the money from people. And she's sitting there pretty, living her luxurious lifestyle. She's just trying to move people into action to give money. Thievery talk. That's what she's doing. Thievery talk. That's the card of communication and thievery. And on that note, I left my water in the other room. I'll be right back.
Kuna Matata, get off my television screen talking this mess. Yes, she did drink bleach. She had to get rid of her COVID. But he picks the best people. He picks the best people. Yeah, she might want an airplane. That's probably why she did it. Everybody else got one. Ken Copeland got one. Creflo Dollar, he got one. You know, why not? Thank you, Sheila. Shiana. I can't.
It sounds made up.
That's so silly. Can we read on the guy walking back and forth in the video?
She's speaking a language those angels didn't understand. It wasn't African languages.
Ita, ata, ata. I don't understand that one. All the White's cocaine was probably from the same source as Don Jr.'s. I believe you are right. Did Trump choose her because the last name is White? Probably. Probably.
What?
Ten of Swords. This is a guy pacing in the background. The Six of Pentacles. There's a loss to a job or a loss to some money here. I don't know if he's on the way out or if he's lost that in particular gig. The Seven of Wands, climbing to a higher ground. The Nine of Wands, stress and strain. King of Wands. Oh, Jesus. And the Knight of Cups. He does not work for her, not anymore. Or that ministry. But this is not an abandonment. He lost that job. Interesting. Well, you cast your seeds in the sand. This is what happens. Even God was like, what is she saying? I know. She wasn't talking to him.
I just asked who supplies Trump with his drugs. Somebody has to journey to get them, and the challenge is to steal them. So in other words, he doesn't want to pay for them either. It's like, give it to me for free because I'm the president. This is his legacy, his family. There's it's in the DNA. It runs in the family. Thank you, me, myself, and I, and Araceli. This is like a family inherited issue that he clings to. So yeah, somebody gifts it to him. It comes as a gift to him, and he's trapped in it. He's addicted. He does it daily. Like, this is something that, like, mundane you do every single day. And then he goes on Twitter.
It was the guy I was watching. Okay. Video time. I'm going to show you this again. Show you another video. He is the one. His name is Umar Johnson. For those, I've done videos on him before. He's the one. He's Donald Trump without the money. And he said he's going to open the school for young black boys, 4th grade age, to sort of break the school to prison pipeline and blah, blah, blah. And This video is so damn hilarious. Well, if you look at it the way I do, it's hilarious. So he has not enough money to run a school. He has not enough money to open a school. But he still claims he's going to open a school for young Black boys. And he's talking about all of the things that he is going to have in this in particular school that he's been trying to open since 11 years ago.
Oh man.
So I got to find the exact spot because it's ridiculous. Now it's on somebody else's video. Let me see.
King Leo peppermint sticks, the best.
And if we can't do Black Kwanzaa, we definitely going to do Black History Month. 28 nights. 28 nights at the Marcus. Every night, something different. One night, sisters. Another night, brothers. Youth, education, farming, economics. Speaking of farming. I need some Black farmers to get at me. You must know your trade because I'm looking at farmland in Delaware. We need an acre or two for our school farm. We're going to have crops and animals, cows, horses, chickens, turkeys. We might even do some pigs, black pigs. We're going to have black pigs. We're going to have a farm.
More than an acre or two, dude.
An animal.
Why do you need black people? This man got high and made a video. That's what I tell you. You look at his eyes, they this big, they ever that big. And he going on and on about all the stuff he want at his school. He gonna have crops and animals, and everything got to be black because he want an African throne chair, he want an African desk, and he want black pigs. And he got to say everything 3 times, and I don't know why, but it's.
You got to raise a lot of corn to feed all those pigs and chickens and cows and stuff.
Oh,
it takes more than a couple acres, dude.
He is manic. He does sound like Kanye because he is manic, and that's just a little bit. This is how he talks all the time, and rubbing his nose because he was high. He had cocaine charges that he denies, but you can look up his record. It's there. He said that wasn't his. Okay. But if you, because he has to self-grandize too. I got to show you one more.
Donate to the school. The architect has confirmed that the designs will be done August 1. The designs will be done August 1. The FDMG Marcus Garvey building designs will be done on August the 1st. That means before we get to Nat Turner Land,
3 times,
the electricity might be restored. And once the electricity gets restored,
this power cut up.
Is going to be renovated to be my office. You know what I would like? Let me tell you what I would like. This is the Prince of Pan-Africanism talking to you. This is King Kong consciousness. This is International Ifa Tunde. This is the most requested Black scholar of the past decade. I would like
self-grandizing. Ain't none of that true.
King Kong scholar. Okay.
Brothers and or sisters to say, Dr. Umar, you've done so much for our children.
He's not a doctor. Nobody's seen his doctorate. This is just what he calls himself.
That we're going to come to the school and decorate your office for you. Don't worry about nothing. Just show us the office. We're going to get the carpet. We're going to get the paintings. We're going to get you that African throne chair that you need. We're going to get you that African desk. We're going to get you
an African throne chair in your office.
a coffee table. We're going to get you a guest sofa. We are going to decorate your office. And once the office is decorated, I can start having some limited guests who want to talk and politic and discuss. I can start holding interviews for teachers. And then we're going to decorate the NIBPA office. I might get the NIBPA ladies to decorate the NIBPA office. And then I might get the Team Pan-African sisters to decorate the Team Pan-African office. I'm saying sisters because decoration is usually a female thing, but the brothers are invited as well. Somebody's a doctor. We're going to paint your office for you. We're going to lay your office out. You just show us, brother. We're going to do this for the doc.
That's him. That's the Black Trump. He just ain't got no money. But everything he say is he's bigger than life. He ain't got no money to have none of this done. He's got a building that they say he purchased. The lights are on, but there is no account created for that building. There is no school. There are buildings. So now they think he's stealing electricity from somewhere. Because when you call the power company, there's no account for it.
Get our power back on.
Mm-hmm. And mind you, he's been doing this for 11 years. Yeah. He has no curriculum. He has no staff. The hand wringing. Yes,
he has no African throne.
He owns an African throne chair. Trump is broke too. This is true too.
Everybody thinks they can just lie and make stuff up now and make money off of it.
Mm-hmm. That's him. A shame.
Hi, Lucy. Lucy stopped by.
Yeah, no, he has no students. He has no staff.
Like you would trust your child with him.
Only boys, though. No girls. Only boys. Copeland is demonic. I think, but every time you chase money more than you chase God, they say one of the most holy people in the Bible was David, because David did not chase after possessions. He was a person after God's own heart, as they say. So he was the one who just wanted to be closer to the source and to God. These people, they just want things because they're shiny and they're lovely and they're distracting, and they can sell you the invisible, and you keep buying. Buy me a $65 million jet because that sounds perfectly okay when there's hungry people in the world, when there's children, never mind grown people, when there's kids who ain't got nothing to eat. Like, okay.
It's just amazing that anybody would listen to someone like that.
Selling the invisible.
But then, we got 70 million people that listen to Trump. Well, I actually don't think he got 70 million in votes. I think he got less, but
they say Biden crossed 80 now. He's got over 80 million votes.
I kept getting that Biden won by 10 to 20 million.
I bet.
When Biden gets up to 100 million, and it's going to be hard to explain how Trump got so many.
Trump do his own YouTube channel. He wouldn't be monetized. He would stop. Paula White selling her book for $3,800. Oh, you know what? Back to food for a second. So I want to try to make something. I gave up on the ramen. I was going to try to make like real ramen, but I gave up on that. I want to make a cabbage roll. I've been watching Justin Wilson, if y'all know who that is. from back in the day, old Cajun. Because on YouTube, it's a 24-hour live streams of his old episodes. And so I've been watching them. I've been glued to them because he's hilarious.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, I guarantee. And so I want to make a cabbage roll. And so that's what I think I'm going to do next. And
my brother-in-law makes the best cabbage rolls ever that I've ever had. I should get his recipe from him and send it to you.
And he made one on his thing. And that's what I think I want to make. Because I like it's playing over here now. Like his YouTube thing is playing. It's just muted. It's always on. It's on. But he had something, and it sounds awful. But it's something he said Cajun people eat. I'm that much Cajun, but he had green onion, celery, bell pepper, and some other herb or vegetable. Then he put in some little mixture that had peanut butter in it. And I'm like, that looks nasty. Me and peanut butter goes with jelly and then stop. It's like, I don't want it with nothing else. Maybe chocolate and all them things, but not in your food. No, it's not. Well, it's not live because, he's since passed on, but
yeah.
It's from his old TV show he used to have on public broadcasting.
Back in the 70s.
Oh, well, I do it live. That's what I was going to say. I might do that live and see about a YouTube stream cooking. Yeah, he put peanut butter in it. I like his stories. And then, he's entertaining while he cooks.
He entertains himself too. He laughs at himself. I like it when people laugh at themselves.
He was telling a story. It was a dad joke type of thing, but it was funny. Said this man and his son was walking or going down the road, and they seen a guy on the other side of the road. Now they're lost, and so he goes over to the man and says, "If I go down this road, will it take me to where I want to go?" And he says, "I don't know." And then he says, "Okay, if I go down this road and go right, will it take me to such and such place?" And he says, "Sir, it breaks my heart to tell you, but I don't know." And he says, "Okay, if we go reverse and go back the other way, will it take me to the place I want to go?" And he says, "Sir, my heart's on the ground in a million pieces. I got to tell you, I don't know." And he says, "Son, you don't know nothing." He says, "That's true, but I ain't lost." I fell out laughing. It's like, that ain't funny, but it's funny. And he drinks wine and he eats his little stuff, and I guarantee. So I've been watching that for 3 days straight. I ain't want to make nothing he made, though, because all of it's jambalaya this, I etouffee that. But the cabbage roll, I do like. Uh-oh, Connie the cook. Come on with it. I know you know what you're doing. Okay, boiled cabbage, drain. Wrap the cabbage and slice of corned beef in aluminum foil. See, I want ground beef, but I get what you're saying. Put some salt and pepper and Tabasco. Tabasco is too hot now. What you trying to do to me? Bake for about 20 minutes. Check, yum. But I get you. Okay.
So I think of them as more like slow cooked, in a pot full of cabbage rolls with a little bit of tomato sauce on them.
And I don't know how she made them because, unfortunately, I never paid attention when she cooked. It was like, just call me when it's done. And I know what he did is he boiled his cabbage till it got tender to manipulate. Then he put whatever little concoction he had, rolled it up, and put it in the oven. And then you can do red sauce or whatever one kind of sauce you want, but my mother always did red sauce on the top of it. And when we went to a restaurant in Oklahoma, that's what they did too. It was little cabbage rolls, ground beef, red sauce, or tomato sauce. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we had. But I want ground beef. I've never been a fan of shredded beef, or I don't. I like things that don't take a lot of chewing to do. Like
Yeah.
I don't want a whole bunch of. That's why I don't like steak. It's a lot of chewing. But I want to make a cabbage roll. It sounds easy, but you know, so
It's just a little bit of work rolling them all, because like you don't make a small batch. Like my brother-in-law, he makes a big batch, cooks them all, fills a Dutch oven and does another Dutch oven full. Like he makes so many, and then they freeze some of them so they can pull them out later.
homemade tamales. Oh, it was a lady I worked with. She made homemade tamales. I never liked tamales, so she never made me none. But
Oh, I love tamales.
I don't like corn tortilla. I guess that's my problem. First problem.
I love tamales and chili.
Oh, I would never eat rare meat. No. It makes me nauseous. Not the actual meat itself, just looking at it still being pink after it was pink when I bought it. That makes me nauseous. I can't do it. It's got to be brown, dark as me, then I eat it. I like very well done. Everything. Now, mind you, I mean, my brother, when he cooks steak, then you can eat it with a spoon. It's perfectly tender. It's fantastic. Like literally, you can take, it falls apart. But me and eating other people's steak and all this chewing, like a cow, you just constant chewing, I can't do.
What's the other name for cabbage rolls? Is it galumpkies? They've got another name, the Polish name for them.
Mm-hmm. Cabbage roll. Origin is German. I don't know.
Somebody was just saying ask Psychic Violetta for a recipe, because she probably has a good one, because it's like a staple in Polish food. I think they're called galumpkies, if I remember right. Galumpkies.
Oh, yeah, it's called Holinskis or Holishskis. Holishkes. Stuffed cabbage. Okay. I'll have to go shopping. I didn't want to go to the store today. I needed to go to the store today. But all my years in retail, I heard the same line over and over and over again. Oh, they're going to make you work Thanksgiving. Oh, that's a shame. They should let you off. And then that same person comes walking through there because they need cinnamon or black pepper or whatever they're running out of. And then say, thank you for being here. I'm sorry you had to be here. No, see, they wouldn't make us work if you wouldn't come in. If you would just do without your black pepper or your salt, if you didn't want to go walk around somewhere after you ate dinner, then we wouldn't be here. But, again, it's not a bad thing because people who work on Thanksgiving volunteered a lot of the times. So it's not something they made you do. So don't go in the store feeling bad for nobody. But then again, I can't do it because if I didn't come in, they wouldn't be there in the first place. But I'm going tomorrow and see about some cabbage roll. See what happens. Now, I want to do one last reading, and then we'll leave y'all alone because we're almost at 4 hours now.
Okay, Teresa says Polish galabki.
Golapki and
Galabki.
Polish.
That's close.
So this is totally off topic of everything. No Trump, no nothing. This is for entertainment purposes only. So don't write me talking about you was in the Girl Scouts and birds was very nice to you. Listen, the whole question, just keep it light, keep it fun, okay? If animals could talk, which one would be the rudest? That's the question. I want to
Well,
see.
I think cats do talk, and that it varies. Like Shelly can be very rude, and Lucy is very pleasant. You know, she's not too pushy, but
Because I think it would be
she
birds.
doesn't get her way.
Because birds are the only animal that proactively will poop on you. And so I think it's
And they'll dive at you. You know, they'll attack you and dive at you.
but I don't know how the tarot would answer such a question, so I'm gonna see.
Which animal would be the rudest?
Cats definitely.
Cats know how to ignore. When they want to ignore you, they'll ignore.
Gators, hippopotamuses are dangerous. They kill more people in Africa than any other animal. Goldfish. Oh, the goldfish we have are greedy as heck. Rhinos are mean. Goose are mean too.
I'd imagine a shark could be pretty mean.
The shark just, you think you can swim? I'm about to swim faster and bite you.
Pretty much animals, like if you stay out of their territory, then they're not going to kill you.
Geese are mean. I always had them try to hiss at me when I was walking. When I lived in California, they had the bay. We would just walk around because there was a trail you could walk. And they would be up there and they'd hiss. I'm like, you hiss all you want to, but if you lunge at me, then I'm going to snap your neck in 3 different places. I guarantee you. Birds. I think it's birds. But let's see how this answered.
I'm going to ask earth, air, or water. See if I can narrow it down.
4 of cups. 3 of pentacles. Oh, I need a different deck that doesn't have this type of stuff on it. Let's use the one with animals in it. How about that? Which is now, the question was if they could talk, who would be the rudest? Oh.
I'm just getting man and woman.
I got horses, and maybe that's why you get man and woman.
Man and woman. Well, I started out with a horse.
That's what I get is horses.
But then when I started looking like traveling, nomadic, whatever it is, maybe a little bit nocturnal, likes to stand in their own truth and power, can have all the tools, or they can be, like to your point, the consummate liar, the trickster. They have learning opportunities for talking, but yeah, I get the man and the woman. We're the rudest.
I get a horse with the chariot, and then the 5 of Wands. There's an argument that goes here, kind of like "get your big ass off of me" thing. I'm not a Toyota. Get off of me. You got cars now. Oh, and I completely understand.
I've got some horse stories from my days. I used to ride, took dressage lessons and jumping lessons and stuff when I was younger. And yeah, we had a few horses that were quite evil, but we had some sweethearts too. We had one that, because I was doing English writing where you do the posting up and down. We had one that every time you went down it would fart. So as you trotted around the ring, it would fart all the way around the ring.
I just get this sense of you own the thing's back, and then you got a string in its mouth, and then you keep pulling it. So I can see how maybe it's not necessarily rude. It's just like, this is what you do to me, so you can take this tongue lashing every now and then. I am definitely not a Toyota.
If you're doing English writing, you're writing from your legs, not in their mouth. If you're rain writing, you're pulling in their mouths. That's ruder.
So you can see where they have an attitude problem.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for coming and joining us for the second time today.
That was fun.
It was good 4 hours of chit and chat. That's how it works around here. For the new people, I understand. You just stroll by and you say, oh, there's a tarot channel because YouTube told you it was. And you came over here and we talking about cabbage rolls. I do. I do. You need to do a reading. Don't tell me what to do. That's rule number 2.
We've been reading for 6 hours today. We can talk cabbage rolls a little.
That's how we play around here. So thank y'all for joining us. Today is Friday. So I will see y'all on Sunday on this here channel where we will do another group read. Hopefully Becca will be rehabilitated by then. She's been up all day cooking and enjoying families.
Artie's got to go work off some turkey. He ate a little too much.
So thank y'all for hanging out with us. And we will see y'all on Sunday. If don't nobody go live before then, we'll see y'all on Sunday. Bye-bye.
Bye.